Vegeta, what does the scouter say about their subscriber count?
It's 9,010.
Wait, so you mean...
Yes, Nappa. It's over.
It's over?
It's over 8,000!
What eight? Wait, what?
There is a story so strange in its implications that it defies ordinary classification.
I don't care if you've been crying over BBs all night. If you up, smash that motherfucking like button. We're back in Black Times Infinity. Yeah, I forgot the rest. Yeah.
You're the host.
I'm the host.
Yeah,
Kronos.
you're hosting today.
On my right, your boy Blue.
This podcast is about to be dank as fuck. Blue has spoken.
On my far right, old ninja.
Surprise, motherfucker.
And across the way from me is your boy Stitch.
We only got 5 more episodes till 2020.
Oh shit, damn.
Yeah.
Fucking time is going by so fast.
Wait, what series you talking about, though?
Us.
Oh, okay.
We got 5 more Wednesdays till 2020.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
That is accurate. All right. Listener of the week would be Dylon.
I spit hot fire. Hottest 5 rappers of all time.
Wait, what?
You don't get that?
No.
What?
You don't get that reference?
That's from Making the Band on the Chappelle Show.
Dylon Drost. Thank you very much for listening.
5 greatest MCs.
Yeah. I rhyme and I rip. I rip and I rhyme.
Yeah. If you don't get that joke, watch the Chappelle Show.
That's from this first season?
Shit, it's hilarious.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I think it was the first season.
Yeah,
first
I didn't
game.
watch all the first season.
First in the chat is 5150 HCRX. That would be my boy Aiden. So thanks for watching once again.
What up, dog?
All right. Anybody died this week? Anybody have a note?
I guess we should probably give a little shout out to the CEO of Kaiser Permanente.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't know that Kaiser's headquarters is in Oakland, I guess.
Yeah,
Is that right?
They got the big ass building in the skyline.
I don't go to Oakland.
You would lie.
I ain't trying to get shot.
Weren't we just there? Oh, no, you guys were there. Not old Ninja.
No, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, for the
Went up with Clay.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Clay, the dope ass bartender.
So
And here's how.
Yeah.
You go to Oakland A's games, but you don't go to Oakland.
Yeah, because the Oakland A's. So hold on. The Coliseum is before downtown.
It's in Oakland, though, bro.
It's in the worst part of Oakland.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, but you
It
just
is.
get off a bar, go to the stadium, and come back to the bar.
and
You
how
don't-
safe is
I
bar?
don't have to get.
Yeah.
How safe is Bart?
As long as you don't eat on bar, I guess it's pretty safe.
Oh,
Somebody
yeah.
got stabbed.
Somebody got stabbed
today.
trying to be a hero.
Yeah, for real.
Wait, what?
Yesterday,
It was like some kick-ass type shit.
yeah, some guy was trying to be a hero, got stabbed.
Yeah, pulled out a knife, tried to stop a mugging, and got killed with his own knife.
What?
Damn. The guy was killed with his own knife?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Homeless guy, or we get into news topics, getting all that
Yeah.
It's
order.
all good.
Yeah,
But,
it's all good.
There was a transient homeless guy who was on the South Hayward BART train and was, I guess, trying to take somebody's shoes from them or was harassing somebody.
Damn.
Took a life instead.
Yeah, pulled that whole I bet you I know where you got those shoes from kind of deal, and then you say on your feet, and then they want your shoes. And some, I guess, Good Samaritan jumped in and I guess pulled out his pocket knife on the homeless dude. Homeless dude ended up, I guess, whooping his ass and disarming him of his knife and fucking killing him. This is yesterday.
God dang.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do we consider self-defense then? If the guy pulled a knife on him? Or
No, technically no.
yes, but
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
It was defending himself, but it was also 100% in the wrong.
Yeah, because he would. So the Good Samaritan was in the process of trying to stop a assault or a burglary.
Yeah,
So then that guy is still in the wrong because he becomes an assailant as well as a murderer.
Yeah, if you're committing a crime, your right to self-defense kind of goes out the fucking window.
Yeah, that's all weird.
Yeah.
But going back to the Kaiser situation, the CEO of Kaiser is Bernard Tyson, black dude. I guess he was
So that's a black name.
Bernard.
Well,
Bernard
we all
Tyson.
knew he was a black dude.
Yeah, I didn't know he was a fucking black dude till I saw what he looked like.
I didn't know either until.
Yeah, so I guess he was CEO for Kaiser for a while, and he passed away. He passed away last weekend, but we're gonna talk about it. But apparently, he's done a lot. I guess a lot for the community. Not sure. Didn't know this guy's life and career, but he was honored in the Bay for like 2 weeks straight.
Wow.
So there you go.
All right.
Wait, wasn't there also a comic book artist that passed away this week too?
Was there?
Was there?
Yeah, I think I posted up on our Facebook. I don't know who. I think he was like a famous artist for
Should
Spider-Man.
have put it in the topics, man. Oh, is it not? I know you're talking about. He did like one of the offshoots of Spider-Man, like one of the offshoot outfits.
Was he the one
like
who?
Scarlet Spider or something?
Yeah,
Something
is that
like
him?
I think I
I
remember
forget the
seeing
guy's name
something.
though. Yeah. You got to put those RPs. Well, we usually rely on Old Ninja for this shit.
Yeah, that's why I was like, he'll put it on there.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, thanks, Old Ninja.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd be here, so yeah, you're welcome.
Yes. You're graced with your presence.
Fucking
The
dude.
podcast can go on now. Old Ninja's here.
Hey, we didn't say Oathbreaker's not here, as you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
I guess HR called again.
Hold on. Tom Lyle. That was this guy's name. He's
Yeah.
86 years old.
And he was one of the artists for Legendary Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And he died at the age of 66.
Yeah, that's not that old.
Yeah. Prodigy's not here because his daughter got injured. So she's okay, but he couldn't be here because taking care of his family like he should.
Responsible black parenting.
Yeah.
Not Miata came anyway, like, what am I gonna do? You can't fix her pain.
Rub some tussin on it.
Yeah, no shit.
Put some touching on that.
All right.
Some water.
We need to talk about some video games right now. All right, because we need to talk about Death Stranding.
Yes.
This goddamn video game almost made me cry, bro. For real. I was like fucking real close to shedding tears at the end of this fucking game. I don't think that's ever happened. God of War hit me in the feels, but this shit almost made me cry. So if you and then I Googled it, and yeah, people were crying over the game. I was like, all right, it's not me being a bitch. Like, it's super emotional at the fucking end. This game is going to be more than likely game of the year for me. I don't think there's any other game that's coming out that's probably going to touch it.
Yeah, and if anybody who's playing the game, if you play like a couple of hours and you're like, this game is garbage, keep playing it because it gets a whole lot better. I mean, like I think we talked about last week how when you're playing a game, it's kind of a tutorial to show you how to play the game.
The first
before
two chapters, but that's like 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah, but
Well, it depends on how you
it's
play
well
it.
worth it.
Yeah,
But
it depends. But I mean, like I said, it's still hours into it. Usually tutorials are like maybe the first 20, 30 minutes.
Well, I think it's important though that this tutorial was like longer than a normal game because there's no other games that are like this. Like there's no other like the inventory management that people kind of complained about, even though you literally just press one fucking button and it's done.
Oh yeah, the auto organize.
But yeah, I was watching like people on like IGN and shit talk about the inventory management, and they're like sitting there individually clicking like where shit's supposed to go. I'm like, dude, just press fucking triangle and it's done.
Yeah.
Like it's literally one button and it puts everything where it's supposed to go, and it's so fucking stupid. But yeah, the first 2 episodes, not chapters, they're episodes. How dare you?
Well, the first 2 are called chapters. Once you hit chapter
episodes.
3, they call it episodes after 3.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'll have to go back.
Ask Blue because he's been watching it. The first 2 are called chapters.
Why would they start 2 chapters and then
I didn't make
episode
the
3?
game. You talked to Hideo Kojima, son.
I don't think you would fuck up like that. I got faith in Kojima.
Well, ask him why he did it then.
Either way, the first 2 whatevers, which I'm pretty sure are episodes, just get through it as fast as possible. So that's what I said the last time. And then after that, the game gets good. And as you go on, it gets even better. Like once you start getting weapons, like anytime you get any weapon that's new, shit's gonna hit the fan. Cause like when I got a fucking rocket launcher, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Rocket launcher.
And then the next fucking scene, I was like, oh, I really need this motherfucker. I was like, holy shit.
They're preparing you for it.
Yeah. Why am I getting body armor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got to fight a fucking army. Okay. So,
Yeah.
Why do I
It's
have
like
so much
weird.
blood pack on me?
Yeah, it's like weird. You fight an army of the dead at one point. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
that's actually a really cool scene. Like the way they're like umbilical corded to him.
Oh, it's so
Matt
fucking
Nicholson.
weird. And then like it was weird because I'm like, oh, these are weapons I didn't have to research. I got assault rifle, a shotgun, an actual grenade. Like maybe I should pick these up because I'm probably gonna need them. And sure enough, I fucking needed them because I like had fucking these things coming at me trying to fucking fuck me up. Oh, and that's when I got a pistol too. So I was like, holy shit.
In the shoddy, right? You got a shotgun.
Yeah, I
too?
got a shotgun,
Yeah.
an assault rifle, a pistol, and a frag grenade.
And the thing that's interesting is like the action in the game is actually really cool because when you either kill or incapacitate somebody, the time slows down for like a couple of seconds, and then in that time you have like another couple of seconds to like reacquire like another target. So I try to get it makes it easier to get like headshots and shit because like you'll hit somebody and then as soon as they go down it slows down time. It gives you time to line up the next shot and hit the next person, which comes in really fucking handy because some of these guys will shoot the shit out of you. So especially when you don't know where they're coming from or you're missing your BB.
Yeah.
If
Oh
you-
man.
Yeah, without BB, man, I never felt so fucking naked in the game. I was like, bro, I need my fucking baby back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because without BB, you'd be running around, and like they tell you to like you can listen for it and you can hear them like where the BTs are, but without BB, that shit's fucking hard.
Yeah, it's real fucking hard. Like, basically, I just avoided shit like a lot when BB was gone.
Yeah, and it's not BB, it's Lou.
Well, it's Lou. yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I haven't gotten that far in the game. It's funny because like Blue hasn't played the game, but he's like watched the game.
And it's crazy because like watching somebody play the game, it's like watching a fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's a lot of cutscenes, but like sitting there and listening to the story and like how everything's going through, it's fucking crazy.
The end is a lot. So for a Kojima game, the vast majority of the game doesn't have that many cutscenes, but the fucking end does. But the end kind of has to though, because there's like a lot of he wraps up pretty much everything that you have questions on at the end of the game, and it's real fucking tragic for pretty much every single character in the game has some tragic ass backstory. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I thought Fragile had a kind of fucked up story when I got to why she hated Higgs so much.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, so this chick has a vendetta, but then Sam makes it his mission to help her out.
Yeah.
But even though he has his own mission, so I'm around that part. I just got to like the first real sad story is when you meet Mama for the first time and you find out what's going on with her because she has a
It's not even sad with her yet, bro.
yeah, but, I mean, well, when you first find out like what's going on, why there's a BT connection to her, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then she explains what happened. Then you watch the cutscenes of what happened. I was like, oh, this is all bad.
Yeah, a BT is a ghost. So basically, she had this fucking floating ghost attached to her via umbilical, like all the time. It was fucking.
But she could like interact with it. Like she could like
hold
it and like kind of calm it down because it will start fucking crying a lot. But then like BTs on the other side were trying to get it, which was also fucking trippy.
Yeah.
But it was crazy because when Sam shows up to meet her for the first time, like. Lou, our BB, is freaking out because it sensed that there's a BT there. So it's like, what the fuck? And it's constantly like pointing at it like, danger, Will Robinson, danger. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty much why I'm at. I was skipping a bunch of the main missions so I could level up like the weapons that I have. So you have to do courier missions for like the engineer and the craftsman so I can get better stuff. So I'm like running around doing that shit right now, and that's kind of where I stopped. I'm about to go into the Rocky Mountain camp, whatever that is. That's where I stopped.
I mean, like upgrading your weapons is good to a certain point, but there's two weapons in the game that it's basically kind of. There's only three that you really need. It's like your assault rifle 3, which is that one you have to upgrade.
Oh,
it kind of comes in handy because it's easier to kill things like just shooting them. Upgrade, and then there's two other ones. Well, you already saw them when I shared them, but it's the grenade launcher and the fucking rocket launcher.
Oh shit!
Like those are the things that you really need to take shit down. And depending on how you play, the bullet gun 2 comes in really handy because I use the bullet gun 2 on BTs.
Yeah, because there's 2 bullet guns. There's one for BTs and one for people, I guess.
Yeah. So
and
bullet gun 2 is for BTs.
So I'm just like, holy shit, this is crazy. It was funny because, like, I guess the version 1 just keeps the BTs in place, but I guess they can break out of it over time. I'm not 100%. Usually, I just I use it on them, do what I got to do, and then I'm out. I don't stay and wait to see if they break out.
Well, you get an item. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but later on in the game, where when you use the bullet gun, you can dispatch a BT after that.
Oh shit!
So that's all I do is like when I'll hunt around for a BT, bullet gun it, and then just use the item to cut them loose. So.
Oh shit! Cool.
But yeah, there was a part in the game with Die Hardman. I forget the actor who plays him, but it's legit. I was watching it, and I forgot that I was watching a video game. It looks so fucking real, and the guy's crying, and you feel like so bad for this dude. And it's just like, it's like a legit cinematic experience in a game. Like I've never had a game look. I mean, God of War came pretty close with this, but the performance that the guy put on is like legit, like an award-winning performance of this dude, like breaking down on like the things that he's done and how bad he feels for like certain characters in the game, and it's like it's really fucked up, and you'll see what it is like if you play the game, but it's fucked up. And then the Clifford Unger, the guy, the soldier guy, like his whole story is like one of the fucking saddest stories probably in all the fucking video games. I was just like, damn,
even
like,
sadder than The Last of Us.
Yes,
That's all bad.
It's like it was hard to watch what happened to this dude, like legit hard to watch. And then like just like the imagery that they used was just like nobody wants to see shit like this in any form of anything, but it's there on the screen, and you're sitting there like, what the fuck is happening right now? And you just feel terrible after watching it.
Even the interaction with Sam, Norman Reedus' character in that scene, it's intense too, because it's like he's trying to stop it from happening, but like it's gonna fucking happen, and it's so fucked up when it does. And
then they wrapped up like how that wrapped into his character. I was just like, damn.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
It is. Yeah, I was just. It's a really fucking good game. I just think that in the day and age where people are used to playing, first-person shooters and action games that are like played really fast and frenetic, people don't. Some people they don't take time to just slow down and kind of appreciate games that are a little bit slower paced and tell a complete story. They just want things to hit you like really quickly. Death Stranding took me fucking 50 hours and 45 minutes to complete. That's pretty fucking long for a modern day video game, and you need all that time to like really tell a story. You could probably beat it in like maybe 40 hours, 35 if you just fucking rush through it. But you definitely don't want to rush through this shit. And it's just it's a great game. To me it's one of those games that it's artwork. Really, it's cinematic artwork wrapped up in a video game. It was fucking beautiful. So I gave it pretty high marks for a game. It just took a long time. It's like a slow burn, and then all of a sudden it gets really, really fast. There's only two parts of the game where I legit didn't like. It was the beginning. I didn't dislike. I totally understood that. But there's two parts in like the end where it's like you have to go. You have to backtrack like a really fucking long way.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, dude, are you fucking serious? And then you have to do it again, and like, on a smaller scale. And I was just like, come on, man. Like, and I understand in the game, like it made sense. Like they kind of explained why you had to do it, but I was just like, come on, man. It took me like an hour to go back, and I was just like, dude, what the fuck? Like in like legit time.
Were you not able to fast travel?
No.
Was that ability taken from you?
No, and they explained why you can't.
And then you can't use any vehicles or anything either because
seriously?
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
But I mean, they make it better because like when you're doing that whole trek, there's like random BT boss battles that are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That definitely add in things, but then you're also kind of fucked because you're in a constant torrential time fall where everything speeds up time. So like all your weapons, all your gear, all that shit degrades like super fast, and like you can't fabricate shit. So you're just kind of fucked, and it's just like you feel kind of hopeless at the end. Like you're just like, how the fuck am I gonna get through this shit?
Yeah, that's all bad.
One crazy thing, last week we talked about how like everybody's kind of connected in the game, so like other gamers that are playing, like their structures will be inside your game. But something I didn't realize is that when you're playing a game, those structures actually start to deteriorate and when you get hit by time fall. So even though you might pick something up at one point in the game, you come back to try to come to it, and it's fucking destroyed just because of timefall have worn out.
It's weird because there's when you go to the said structure, when you look in the menus, it's either repair structure. I'm like, why would I repair this? And then I got to an area that was current downfall. It's actually near Mama. It's currently raining there, and the road there is like rusted, and it's all like, you can repair this. I was like, I can repair this, but then like I had no material with me. So what I did is I put a storage shelter there so people can put stuff and then repair, because nothing was there, at least in my node, I guess. Nothing was there. I put something there, and I'm like, I'm going to leave. And so like when I did, like slowly I started getting likes, and it's telling me that people stored stuff there and whatnot. So I was like, okay, looks like this helped out.
I love the way they did that, because there was like a place in the mountains where you're about to go, in the snowy mountains, where like there was a part where I was like walking around, and there's like the snow is also like timefall.
Oh shit!
And so like there was a point to where I was just like, all my shit is gonna like degrade like where I have to go, because it's hard to navigate there, because first of all, when you first go there, it's hard to walk, and then the timefall just slows, and then you don't know like where the fuck to go.
That's
right. So I put like this random time. They have a timefall shelter you can.
Yeah.
So I put one of those randomly, and people use that shit all the fucking time. Like every time I sign on, I have like 100 fucking likes, at least awesome. 100 likes.
Yeah, what's cool with the timefall shelters too is that, because when like we talked about last week, when it starts raining, that's called timefall, because it speeds up the time wherever the raindrop falls onto, and if anything that underneath that shelter will grow normally. So like sometimes you'll walk by one and the grass will be growing like long and luscious and stuff like that. It's kind of cool. That's some good details into a game to put that in there. Yeah.
Oh, and the thing that I also did with my time shelter is that I put it overlapping with a generator.
Oh, nice.
So like, so if you stand in a certain spot, you get all your shit will heal. Plus, you get
recharge
your batteries. So that's another reason why I got like a bunch of.
Yeah, I love the generator. It's so fucking good. And it's funny because if you upgrade your generator, it can protect you from timefall too.
Yeah, but it doesn't repair.
No, it doesn't repair. No.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, you can upgrade it though.
Well, one interesting thing which I kept asking is like because there's like rivers and creeks that you run through, and this is all made from water that comes from a timefall. But apparently, once the timefall hit the ground, it becomes water again.
Yeah.
Which I didn't understand until like I guess there's a story in there or when you learn about Mama's what happened to Mama, and on there they explain why she was able to drink the water.
Yeah.
That's what kept her alive.
Yeah.
She was trapped.
She what the fuck was.
Yeah, that whole thing about the beach and shit like that. It was just it's a crazy story, but I like the way that they did it.
So the one thing I didn't understand is like, is the extinction still going to happen? Because he doesn't.
Well, they're saying that. So the extinction's not gonna happen, but they're saying that for now it's held off. But they're saying that as a whole, mankind is kind of like on its own road to destruction. That's what to the end of me. That's what it meant. Is that there's still like an end to mankind, which is like okay, but it's not today.
Yeah.
So what the fuck?
I wanted to talk about some of the boss battles because I know one of them is a giant fucking BT that you have to fight.
Well, there's a couple that are giant BTs, but one is like a giant man-looking BT.
Titan.
Yeah,
basically.
That shit was pretty crazy. That was another one where I was like I ran out of ammo for like basically everything.
Yeah. You didn't have nobody like. Any ghosts pop up? And
no, I
shit to
did.
you?
That's what came in handy. Yeah. So like ghosts popped up and like threw me shit. But I was just
over
like,
here.
Yeah,
I'm
like
like so fucking creepy when that happens.
Yeah.
Well, because sometimes you can't tell if it's a BT or not.
Yeah, I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
And then it's like throwing shit at me and it's waving at me. I'm like, what the fuck?
But it was crazy because when you're fighting that BT, because it takes on the what's her name? Amelie. Yeah, it takes Amelie's face, like the BT's face becomes her. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Like, it shit's fucking crazy. And then like later on, you fight a giant fucking
it's a whale thing, and it's like literally.
Could you fight Cthulhu?
It's a gigantic. No.
Oh, no.
This one's like it's more whale-like.
Yeah.
It's way bigger than the whale that you saw before. It's like the size of like a building.
God damn.
Yeah, and it's like it's insane because it's at the end of like this journey where you're like, I'm at the end, thank God, because I'm like running out of everything, and then all of a sudden, this fucking building-sized whale. Well, more than a building size. It's fucking huge.
Yeah.
It's all bad.
Comes at you, and it's just like that's another one where I ran out of blood.
It's actually there. I think there's it's not Dead Man. Dead Man was talking about how so because there's a part where you have to go from one side from the east side to the west side, and the only way to do that is to be taken by BT. But it was interesting because like he had mentioned how like when BTs show up or whenever
they don't tell you that though in the game.
Yeah, they don't tell you this. But
I figured it out on my own because it's Kojima. It's like the same thing where what was it with Psycho Mantis and MGS1 where like with Psycho Mantis when you played him you had to like literally unplug your controller and plug it in the other port.
What the hell?
You guys
remember that shit.
Yeah. So I was like, Kojima likes to play mindfucks with people. So I was like, I'm gonna try to just let the motherfuckers take me and see what happens. And sure enough, it fucking worked.
Yeah, they don't fucking tell you. But Deadman was talking about how like when the BTs show up, or like when you're fighting a BT, that they actually regurgitate like the land that they sucked up before. That's why like buildings and shit will pop up.
Yeah.
But then like once you defeat them, they'll go away. But when you're fighting the giant whale, you actually get to see like everything like melt away, and then like the buildings start popping up for you to use.
Yeah.
Or for you to like run around on. Yeah, there's so much fucking detail in this game, like from this like when the snow's falling and like it hits the camera, so it like takes up some of your vision, and like when you're walking and if you lose your balance, like you fucking like fall over, like it's fucking crazy.
You know what's crazy? So IGN on their review, like I don't like the way that the guy reviewed the game because he made it seem like it was so hard to fucking walk in the game. And it's like, dude, it's not fucking hard to walk in Death Stranding. Like all you have to, if you're carrying too much shit, all you have to do is basically just hold down the two triggers and you're basically fine. As long as you don't turn like really fucking fast, you're basically fine. But when you're carrying too much shit, really early on in the game, which they explain to you in fucking great detail in the first 2 episodes. But I guess they didn't fucking pay attention. Like, they did like a B-roll of like Sam just falling over like fucking 15 times. And it's like, I've literally only fallen maybe 5 times in the entire fucking 50 hours that I played the game. And that was, and like most of them were like in the very beginning. And like one was like a totally random one where I fucking died. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was going down a mountain and then he just fell over and I died. I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But dying in the game isn't a big deal.
Well, it's kind of cool how they take that into consideration too, like your forward momentum. Like you don't just stop. Like you actually kind of like you kind of stumble to a stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you don't, like in normal games when you're running, you just stop. But in this one, you like kind of lean forward and try to catch your balance because you have all that fucking weight on you.
Well, I think that people, when they're playing the game, like when I saw the IGN review, like, the guy consistently had like a fucking building size worth of shit on his back like all the time. I'm like, dude, you're already at the limit of like how much shit you can carry. So like, why are you trying to run around like you can just fucking do that?
Yeah.
I very rarely had shit that was over half of my weight unless it was a short distance. And if I had something that was like over half my weight, I would just get the fucking floating carrier or a vehicle and put that shit on there. But in their reviews, they made it seem like you're always carrying around like fucking way too much shit and you can't walk anywhere. But it's like that's not the case in like the vast majority of the game. And if that's the way you're playing the game, then you're an idiot because you didn't pay attention to anything in the beginning of the game.
So what are your numbers on the game?
Like
your
my review?
Yeah, your final review.
I give it a 9.8.
And what about you?
I didn't play the game, but I'm gonna give it a 9.8 too.
I'm like I'm maybe like halfway through the game. So
all right. I want to talk about Mr. Robot.
Oh yes.
Shit.
We got a lot of shit to cover.
We got 2 episodes to talk about.
Shit.
Damn.
Come on, what was the last one? Remember, talk to me about the beginning. So I'm pretty sure I watched it, but maybe I
The one before last, he gets kidnapped.
Okay.
And the drug dealer was talking about
And this
little
one,
bitch. And this one, it's when
it's the one where the
the
this is the one with the
psychiatrist.
conversation. And say, okay.
Yeah.
This is the one where like you get what happened with Elliot.
Elliot,
What
yeah.
really happened with
this
her.
was the
Yeah.
yeah
This motherfucking episode. Go ahead. You didn't talk for a while. Go
Let's
ahead.
talk-
yeah,
Sorry,
y'all
man.
on Death Stranding in the past like 3
Yeah.
hours.
Let's talk about last episode though, not like the recent one, but the one the week before because we didn't talk about that one. And that was where the drug dealer kidnaps the psychiatrist
Little bitch.
Yes.
and tells the story about Little Bitch, which is fucking great.
No, that was the quiet episode. When he gets kidnapped, it was the one that didn't talk, right?
No, that was
No.
the quiet. The quiet episode was when
Because she's following him around the store and stuff, and there's the text messages.
Yeah.
That was 3 ago. 2 ago was when my girl, the FBI chick, and Darlene, I think, were at
Yes.
the house.
Yes,
and
it
then
was
the
that too.
taxidermist lady
Shows
She
up.
rolls up because she's like, "You gotta kill her," and everything.
So we didn't talk about that last week.
Yeah, Dom.
But that was the same episode as the Little Bitch one, though. Like,
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
in the very beginning, it was talk about Little Bitch, and then
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
it's the same episode.
So yeah, he
Okay.
talked about the little bitch telling
he
the
has,
story.
he has her kidnapped. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking about when
this
she
is when they're
shows
in
up.
her house. Yeah.
So essentially, he tries to find out his thumb, the psychiatrist's thumb screw on Elliot and everything, and she's like, "I don't know what you're talking about," et cetera, blah blah blah, and essentially finds out the weakness is Mr. Robot and everything, which we all understand who Mr. Robot is from us being sort of like his kind of other personality and everything, but we've never really understood the full origin of it. Well, we kind of had our own thoughts on what the origin is, but they went into depth on it as we found out in the most recent episode.
Yes.
But essentially, the psychiatrist kidnapped, and he's going through the files, and he's just crazy. And are you able to look up the actor's name for the meth head dude?
I don't know, but that motherfucker, he deserves a goddamn.
He
some
deserves a
awards.
lot of credit because
Yeah.
he's so good, and
But-
just the way he talks and
It's kind of interesting. He kind of like the relationship he has with Elliot is almost like on a like I want to say like homosexual level, like the way
It's
he's
weird.
into him, and it's the same thing with the Russian guy that Elliot was working with, the one that had the hot wife that was murdered, the one who I can't remember the guy's name. He's like he becomes like this
Tyrell Wells.
Tyrell, yeah,
Oh, Tyrell. Okay, yeah.
yeah. So
Oh,
he.
damn, I forgot about the Wellock's wife. She was fine as fuck.
Yeah, she was. But like, he had like a loving relationship with Elliot too, and that's kind of the similar situation with the drug dealer. Like, everybody wants fucking Elliot.
Yes.
But like
so
you were saying,
he needs Elliot to essentially, as we find out, take over. And he wants to take over New York or whatever it is, his drug
yeah drug
yeah,
mind.
He cannot see the forest from the trees.
No.
Or whatever. He just got these little small goals that he thinks are so grand and everything. What's his Elliot Villar?
Yeah, Elliot Villar. God damn, you can act your ass off, bro. For real. For real.
Yeah, he's really good. Even if you don't watch Mr. Robot, if you jumped into this episode and watched that episode, you could tell like he's putting his heart and soul into that performance and everything. He sells it completely. What's it? Rami Malek.
Rami Malek.
He's an amazing actor himself, and I believe he's won an Emmy. Did he get an Oscar for?
I think he got an Oscar for Bohemian Rhapsody.
He looks so different without like the makeup and shit from the. He looks like a normal
the
dude.
crack pipe in his hand.
Yeah, it looks so different with no crack pipe. Yeah,
but they're just
crazy. He looks like a normal dude.
Amazing actors on screen when they're just talking with each other.
But what's crazy about this episode was that they broke it down into like cuts. So there was like four cuts, and it was like, oh yeah, acts. And I thought that was kind of cool how they did that because like once the act was over, it would fade to black.
And there was no commercials in this episode. USA did not have any commercials in this past episode.
Nice.
Yeah, they promoted it last week saying it'll be a commercial-free episode, so it made me think something big was going down. And even though it wasn't a big like action thing in terms of
it all took place
story.
in like 2 rooms, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's 2 rooms where the psychiatrist was sort of kidnapped, and then where Elliot was, and then you see the drug dealer just sort of break down Elliot. Says he wants to talk to Mr. Robot, and you get to just watch an amazing cinematography in terms of how he goes into a different personality and sort of swaps back and forth between the two.
Yeah, it's really rare for somebody who knows that Elliot has a split personality to like trip over him becoming Mr. Robot. It's like because with the drug dealer dude, he was like, oh man, it's like I'm still talking to the same Elliot. Like this is fucking freaky, man.
Yeah, especially for someone who like I guess doesn't have the knowledge that he has a split personality. I mean, we see it because we get the visualization of him watching Christian Slater. Christian Slater appear on the screen when he's in the Mr. Robot role. But
well, it's also weird when like Elliot has internal discussions with Mr. Robot when he's talking to the therapist because it's like he's yelling at Mr. Robot to tell him to shut the fuck up, but it's like, can they hear him? It's like who is he?
Right.
Like it's like you don't know like what they're privy to and what they're not.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was done really, really well. And then obviously the big sort of reveal is that you find out that Elliot was sexually molested during his childhood, and essentially that's what prompted by his father, which is what prompted the Mr. Robot personality in terms of how he dealt with stuff,
which is fucked up because Mr. Robot is his dad.
Right. Yeah. And what they did a great job of sort of laying the foundation based on everything we've seen in the previous seasons with the scene where the psychiatrist talks about how, can you tell me go back to you being pushed out the window and everything, and she sort of breaks it down piece by piece in terms of like, where was your sister? Did your sister see this or whatever? And you kind of sort of progressively get to the point where you realize where this is heading. Yeah. And you're like, oh shit.
And it's crazy when it happens too, because like the drug dealer dude is fucking like pushing hard as fuck to get him to like, he actually helps him realize what happened. But just when it all dawns on Elliot, that shit was emotional. Like the actor, his expression fucking like, it doesn't just change, but like he looked like he was going through physical pain, realizing what really happened to him.
He goes through like the whole emotion of being confused, then like really confused, and then surprised and angry and hurt, and you actually like see those emotions and stuff in terms of Elliot's facial expressions and even after he comes to the fact he's like, don't touch me, just get away from me and everything, and it's just an amazing. There's so much credit that goes around in terms of like how it was written. Yes. I mean, I guess this was the plan all along, from the director of the director to have this be the actual storyline to come through at the end, which is weird because it's like, from what we had thought, I guess there was only supposed to be 1 season. Yeah. But then I guess somehow they were able to tie in his history from the first season into this moment, and it all was woven in perfectly, and it made sense.
You know what they haven't talked about for a minute is the third personality.
Right.
They haven't addressed that shit at all, and I'm just like, so who's the third personality?
And they
that's what I'm waiting on.
Touched on it a little bit because there was like that scene where I think when Elliot was almost about to die after White Rose poisoned him or whatever, and then you see the kid in the chair or something.
Yeah, talk about seeing the other person.
Yeah, and he's like, no, it's not time yet.
Yeah, so I'm waiting to see like who the fuck the third person is.
Yeah,
that's gonna be interesting.
But then again, like they have kind of rope-a-doped us sometimes in Mr. Robot, so it could have been he could have been acting it all out. Like maybe Mr. Robot isn't there to protect them, and like he just made this all happen to try to figure out a way to get out of the situation. Because like when he was in prison, remember when he was in prison and like you thought everything was like hunky dory, you thought he was at his mom's house or some shit like that. Yeah. But it turns out he was like in prison or some shit. Yeah, and like the neighbor was the actual guard or something like that.
And it's like, are we going to see Christian Slater again now?
Yeah, that's the other thing because
there's a lot of
Mr. Robot was questions. Mr. Robot's like, I can't protect you anymore. He just fucking like disappeared. And it's like, what the fuck?
He's just gone. And then after the reveal and everything, we watch him go through all the emotions and stuff like that. And pretty much Elliot tells the drug dealer, your plan's a fight. You're thinking too micro on this. I want to run New York.
That shit was fucking great.
No, that was before the reveal.
Yeah, before. Yeah. But
Mr. Robot was telling him how he's an idiot, which he was.
Yeah.
I mean, he had no real plans.
No. But then at the end, the psychiatrist ends up stabbing.
Yeah. I saw the shit coming, but it was like, I wasn't sure if it was going to happen or not.
Yeah. So I don't know. He's still got to get out the house because other two thugs are in another room.
I thought it was gonna be Joey Badass stabbing him.
I really thought Joey Badass
because he met him at the diner. Yeah, I think in a previous episode saying like, "Oh, you need anything? I'm your man. I'm a freelance. Almost like I'm a mercenary now or whatever. I'll do anything for money." So I thought he might
body hunter
just kicking the door and.
I love that they brought him back. Like even though it was a short scene, because I think last week I talked about like, what happened to Billy Badass when he showed up? I was like, oh shit. Somebody about to die.
Yeah.
Somebody's about to get ninjas.
So we still have the meeting that's coming up with White Rose and everything. So that's gonna be interesting. I expect we'll see that get played out.
The thing with White Rose is that like last week's episode when he was talking to his assistant, because his assistant wants to kill Elliot, and White Rose is like, no, he hasn't learned that we're on the same side, and like I'm here to make the world better.
The assistant's smart. She's like, you need to stop doing this James Bond fucking villain shit. Or whatever, and monologue, and just get to the plan, cut these loose ends, and blah blah blah. And he's like, "No, we need to do this," and he'll come around. And she's just like, "You fucking up," and we all know he's fucking up, but
he's playing on fire.
Yeah.
But then again, so was Elliot. I mean, he's playing on fire too.
Yeah, and then
he almost got his fucking sister killed on multiple occasions.
Where's she at now? She's still
because
she's with the FBI agent. She's fucked.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. She's so we're gonna get that. Hopefully some.
Well, even so, kind of rolling back the tape a little bit, like that scene with Darlene and the FBI chick Dom, like Dom was going to shoot her in fucking face basically, but like Darlene's like bleeding and crying and shit like that, and eventually the FBI chick just pistol whoops her, and then like Darlene wakes up and like, oh shit, like she's held up like bleeding and stuff like that, and like the FBI chick, she just wants to get the fuck out of this. She's like willing to fucking die, and like there's a scene where the FBI chick's telling Darlene to just shoot her, and like just they won't believe me if I don't kill you. They're gonna kill my whole family and such like that. And then the taxidermy chick walks in. I'm like, fuck. Yeah, y'all guys are both fucked. But then like the taxidermy chick was gonna shoot Darlene. She's like, sorry, hon, there's nothing personal, but I just gotta do my job. Yeah. And then Darlene's like, well, if you kill me, like, you won't be able to find Elliot. I just wiped the phone. And, like, they pull out her phone. It's like, all data deleted. I'm like, fucking Darlene. She's always trying to save her ass. But, man.
Dom she's not like a killer or whatever. She just sort of got, I mean, she was always by the book. And then shit got twisted when the FBI, or when her partner ended up working for, what the fuck you doing? Shit got all twisted when her partner got tied up with Dark Army and stuff like that, and she got wrapped up in it, and essentially she thought she was going to get killed in that barn, and now she's got to leak info and stuff, so she's in in deep with some shit that she didn't even subscribe for.
Yeah.
And stuff. Now her family's all on the watch to be murdered. That chick ain't playing. Talking about like last time you didn't keep it 100 or whatever, 99.9. Somebody had to die.
Yeah.
So
it's funny because the taxi, you wouldn't think a large set lady would be like a cold-hearted blooded killer.
she just fucking crazy.
Yeah, she doesn't.
She crazy and she because didn't she say something like even without me or whatever they still gonna
kill your family.
they still gonna come after it's gonna be somebody else that comes after you or
Yeah.
whatever. So it's not like you kill her, it's gonna do anything about it. Dark Army's still coming.
She has direct contact with White Rose, right? Like, did she call White Rose?
She's just like a sergeant or whatever. She's just running this little tentacle of the Dark Army and everything like that, where it's just like she's not really that important, but she's got some Foot Clan soldiers that do her bidding or whatever that can just bring her into whatever.
But this season so far has been probably one of the best. It's just nonstop, like.
Keeps getting better, you know.
Yeah, it's like how the fuck can they improve on the show and they just keep doing it like week to week?
I mean, the show's consistently been good over the the 4 seasons.
Yeah.
So, I love the show.
Yeah. So we'll go to Watchmen. Did everyone watch Watchmen? Or,
Yeah.
okay. Did
I haven't watched that.
You haven't watched it at all. This, I think, might have been the best episode outside of this is the pilot, I think. We got a lot of stuff that was answered.
Oh, this is this is the one with Mayor guy.
Yeah, we Looking Glass. We sort of we find out his backstory, which was fucking hilarious. We see the squid attack that happened in 1985, 11/2, as they refer to it.
That's
as.
from the comics, so it's supposed to be in the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this essentially he's part of a Jehovah's Witness group that was doing a missionary trip to Hoboken, New Jersey, to deal with the real sinners and try to get them to change their lives. He runs into this crew of like not gangsters, but like punk crew who there's somebody in the actual comic book from what I've read that I guess that group was somebody important, like they're responsible for killing like the original Night Owl or something like that, but I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But essentially he gets tricked into going to this funhouse hall of mirrors with this chick who essentially gets him to take off his clothes. She goes down like she's about to give him a blowjob and everything, and just leaves him naked in the fucking hall of mirrors or whatever, and just runs out.
He had his socks on, I mean.
He could have put a tube sock over it, I guess. And while he's in there, embarrassed or whatever, screaming at himself for being a sinner and whatever, that's when the squid attack happens. And essentially,
that shit was crazy.
Yeah, mirror starts shattering, and no one knows what the fuck's going on. And he stumbles out of it.
Ears are bleeding and shit.
Yeah, he stumbles out, and he sees fucking people just slayed. Like there's maybe 2, 3, 4 people that are kind of like walking around.
And some people are just like squirming on the ground.
Yeah, but it's just like from one of like the X-Men movies when like Professor X does his Cerebro attack or whatever. And people are just having like crazy ass migraine headaches. Like they're all laid out on the ground. There's like cars turned over and all kinds of crazy shit. And you zoom out, and for those that don't know, like Hoboken is a town in New Jersey that sits right on the water from New York City, so it's like right across like the Hudson. And it zooms out, and as it keeps zooming out, you go over the water, and then you see like New York. And I think they're playing like that New York up to you.
Frank Sinatra
Frank
song?
Sinatra song, yeah. And you see the squid just fucking sitting on top of the building, tentacles out and everything, with pretty much taken from the comic book panel, it almost looks like. So then you fast forward, and you realize that that is Looking Glass. Fast forward to today, and without telling the whole fucking thing, but
hold on. Can we talk about how he's sitting there eating his fucking dinner, watching the superhero gay porn?
Did we get to that part yet?
Yeah, you almost there.
Okay,
yeah, just ran that dude in the ass. I was just like, what the fuck?
that's before the alarm goes off.
Yeah. I was just like, dude,
Hooded Justice is getting dicked in the ass, literally.
No, Hooded Justice is fucking the dude, right?
Yeah, Hooded Justice is fucking the dude.
He's fucking, yeah.
He's all it's.
Well, he's eating a can of beans.
Yeah, and dude's just like, don't look at me. I'm gonna give you this justice. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so this guy's gay, I guess? But then you found out that he was married to a woman.
Yeah, but it's really, really weird on that aspect. But then this sort of alarm goes off, and you find out that it's a I forget the definition it has, but
it's EDS.
Yeah,
interdimensional security.
Yeah, system or something.
Yeah.
Dimensional, but it's
Basically,
supposed to.
they're disaster preppers.
Yeah, when it's supposed to, when the squids are coming, it's supposed to sound off an alarm, and he runs to his bomb shelter that he's built and hides.
Oh, and we should also point out that the mask that he's wearing is a special material that blocks out psychic attacks.
Yes,
and he wears
foil.
it all the fucking time.
Yeah, which almost is like a tinfoil hat.
It's literally it's in his hat.
Yeah,
like he wears it. It's why he wears hats all the time because that shit's in his hat.
Yeah, and it does protect him from the I guess the
Magneto's helmet.
Basically.
Yeah, except it looks like he's wearing a tinfoil hat. Except he tried to hide it underneath like the lining of his cap and everything. So pretty much the whole episode revolves around him, his backstory. You meet his ex-wife who works at a cloning facility where people clone their dogs to prevent them from
That reminded me of
dying.
What was that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger where they had Repet? Was it?
Was that the Sixth Day?
Last
I think it was the Sixth Day. Yeah.
Okay.
The Sixth Day. That's kind of a more obscure sci-fi movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it was fun.
But they're cloning people's animals. So if you have a dog that you don't want to die or whatever, they'll clone it exactly, and it'll sort of live forever. But ironically, you see everyone working there is a clone.
It's the same
itself.
person.
It's a twin. They have two twins that are working there, so it's really weird. And then you have your what the fuck moment where they look at the dog or whatever. It's a little cute Pomeranian dog. And they're like, oh, does it look the same? And Looking Glass is like, no, that one looks a little bit smaller. So just takes the cute little puppy, puts it in an incinerator.
No, what makes it worse, though, is she was like, yo, you want a dog? And he was like, no, I'm good.
What am I going to do with a dog?
All right, cool. Garbage.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Incinerator. Yeah. I was like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, just toast the fucking dog and everything.
I thought it was like a recycler, like they recycle its like DNA or some
They
shit.
recycled his atoms.
Yeah, I was like, what
Back in the carbon.
fuck? Yeah.
We find out Looking Glass is going to like meetings, sort of like AA meetings, but it reminded me of an in-game how Captain America was going to those.
Yeah, they're like Aliens Anonymous.
Yeah, just how people are dealing with the trauma from the squid attack and everything, and he's there and dealing with people that are just having issues with that. He meets this girl who it's kind of like this white trash looking girl, but whatever. It's Oklahoma, so it's kind of how they roll. But they end up going to a bar or whatever, and they have some chemistry. Long story short, he ends up
Boning.
No, he makes out with her.
Oh.
And then he's getting ready to. He's like, all right, well, good night. And she gets her like Uber ride or whatever. But she gets in the car, and it's the car that's got the responsible for the drive-by shooting that happened in the first episode.
The fucking lettuce.
With the lettuce head.
I knew it right away. I was like, that's that fucking truck.
Yeah. He's like, oh shit. So he follows the truck to this abandoned mall, and he tries to call him back up and everything, and decides he's going to do some investigation, see what's going on. Goes inside the mall, sees that they have some sort of teleportation device where this basketball, they're testing it out. They're throwing a basketball in this like field, and it's teleporting and bouncing somewhere else or whatever. And it's all a bunch of 7th Cavalry members that are there with the Rorschach mask and everything. And he's like, all right, police, whatever, freeze. And you find out he was set up.
We should quickly point out that he radioed for backup.
Yeah, he thought he did. But essentially, they had it all set up. They rigged the lettuce to fall from the truck. They hacked his radio to make it sound like he was he had really called for backup, and they were like, yeah, we're on the way.
I would have definitely waited for backup.
You're
There's
supposed
no
to wait
way.
for backup.
Yeah. It's like, listen, if you got a gun, especially a handgun, you got what maximum? You got fucking 16 bullets.
Yeah.
That's the maximum you got.
It looked like a revolver,
Yeah,
too.
so you
it
got
wasn't
like
even,
6 to 9.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
he's
like
running
9
into
is
like this
ridiculous.
white supremacy church or whatever.
Yeah.
And, no, it was all
This shit was
horrible
all
plan.
bad.
Horrible plan. And essentially, he gets taken hostage and shit like that. And you find out that one of the people in the
Senator
Mac
guy.
is the senator dude, the one that was taken hostage. He explains he's doing this for a reason. The police chief was in on it, and they were there to help tie the bridges between the 7th Cavalry and I guess the
Local government.
And then we get to see Ozzy's master plan. They plays it on the television after the senator's like, I didn't believe what was going on, but once you watch this, you'll understand this is part of a big picture, blah, blah, blah. And he plays for him this video from 1985, I guess, before the squid attacks or whatever.
Yeah. So I'm going to pause real quick before you explain the rest of this. So this is where the pieces start to fit together with why they're wearing the Rorschach mask. It's because Rorschach is, he had a diary where he told the entire truth of what happened. And so I think the reason why the Rorschach mask people are like the way they are for at least one reason is because they know the actual truth of what happened with the events in the original Watchmen with the mass attacks, that it was all a sham. So in the movies, they made it seem like Dr. Manhattan did the whole thing, right? Which I can't remember the way the comic went, but I know it had to do with squids. But at least the 7th Cavalry, they know that it was all a sham. Like the government totally lied about what happened, and that one dude lied about it, and they got everybody else to just basically fucking believe it. Yeah. So that's a really important part. Because for me, I was just like, how the fuck is this gonna? Why are they wearing these goddamn masks? Because I believe they found his actual journal, and they did the research to figure out other clues, and that's where they found his that tape. So when I say tape, I mean literally because it was back then.
Yeah.
So, it's VHS tape.
It's it's Ozzy, the guy, Ozymandias. I can never pronounce it. I just call him
Ozzy.
Yeah. But it's essentially his videotape to the president Redford saying,
President Robert Redford.
Yeah, saying, hey, I did all this. And he's supposed to be, I guess, watching in like 1993 or something like that.
Something like that.
But it's sort of saying, I recorded this in 1985 to show to you in 1993 that my plan has worked. I did all this so you'd be president, blah, blah, blah. And just say that he pretty much orchestrated this whole squid thing and everything just to essentially prevent the Cold War and blah, 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 blah. And now Redford's in charge. So Looking Glass's mind is blown, not only because of what he just found out, but essentially his traumatizing event or whatever was a big sham and everything. Or, well, it wasn't a complete sham because it actually happened, but it wasn't really a fucking squid that that just came from.
It wasn't an alien.
And periodically they randomly do squid attacks where they just dump squids.
Dump squids randomly to just keep people fucking
scared,
in fear and shit like that.
So the squids aren't actually raining down; they're just fucking people on the roof throwing squids.
No, they ran them down somehow, but they haven't explained how yet. But it definitely did rain.
Yeah. So essentially, the governor tells them, "Hey, everything was going good till Regina King's character, Sister Knight, started fucking it up. She killed the chief. Either she killed the chief or know who killed the chief. Either way, we need her out of the fucking way because she's fucking shit up for our plans." So he tells Looking Glass, "You need to bring her to us, or we're gonna have her killed and everything." So he's obviously conflicted and stuff. And then earlier in the episode, you find out that Lori has a bug wire on Looking Glass' desk, based on a conversation that Regina King was having with the memory pills that the wheelchair man was asking about. So they go back to the office. He gets her to talk about the pills, which are illegal, I guess, in this society. Also, smoking and tobacco is illegal.
Yeah, nostalgia.
Yeah, it's called nostalgia, which I guess is
outlawed.
It's actually a fascinating concept. It's like you have pills, and if you take the pills, it helps you remember. Like, I guess you maybe hallucinate and remember shit that happened. Like if I want to relive my 8th grade dance, I just pop this pill and it's like, oh, I remember everything about that day or kind of deal.
That would be kind of cool though.
Yeah,
I pay money for that.
I would too. Yeah.
So I guess,
but it's like highly illegal. Or
yeah, because you can get someone else's memories and take their pills.
Yeah, and then it becomes all bad. So
wait, are the pills like designated for that person?
It's for that person, yeah. So if it was like your pills or whatever, and you just want to be fucking home, just be like, I feel like reliving first time I met my girlfriend or whatever, you just pop a pill and fucking eyes roll back or whatever, fucking you remember everything that you felt.
That probably help on some arguments too. Like, I know what I said last week. What?
No, you Women will monopolize that market.
Yeah, they shut that shit down. So gets her to talk about it in front of the bug wire, and then Lori comes out, has Sister Knight arrested. Essentially, it perceived as if Looking Glass turned and sold her out.
Skipped over the bug cactus.
No, he talked about the
Yeah,
bug
they said
cactus.
So I missed it.
Yeah.
I skipped over it.
So
You need a memory thing.
He needs
Some nostalgia.
he needs some nostalgia.
from like 30 seconds ago.
So essentially, he gets her to talk about it in front of the bug. They have her arrested, and she's fighting or whatever and with the cops. She takes all the nostalgia pills and just starts pounding them and eating them and stuff like that of her grandfather. So some shit's gonna happen next episode.
She's gonna trip her balls off. Oh, I'm sorry, her fallopian tubes off.
Yeah.
Her ovaries off.
And Looking Glass feels like shit because essentially he sold out his partner, which I don't think he really did. I think he did it to save her and stuff. And then at the end of the episode, he goes home. He takes his little alarm system because his alarm system was fucking up. Amazon delivered him a new one. It was on his doorstep. He's going to bring it in. He's like, fuck it, I don't need it anymore. Threw it in the trash. Then he's like, nah, fuck it, I need it. And as he's going inside, 7 Cavalry pulls up in their F-150 pickup truck. And
guns.
Yeah, with shotguns, racking them and getting ready to fucking fuck them up or kill them or take them, kidnap them or some shit or whatever.
Well, see this episode, all I know is that Sister Knight's gonna trip her ass off.
Yeah.
So.
I think he did it to prevent her from being killed because they don't know if she killed the chief. They just know that she either killed him or she knows who did it. So I think he figures that jail's the safest spot for her rather than having 7 Cavalry go and kill her and her family.
Wait,
We'll
you trying
find out on this
to
distant
say
ass.
you trying to say jail's the safest bet for her? Tell that to Jeffrey Epstein. I'm just saying.
Sitting upside down now.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a Watchmen review. So it'll be an interesting episode next week.
All right, let's talk about Charlie's Angels.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Yes.
this. I think this topic would have given the Oathbreaker so much glee because I think he felt like he had a win with this, even though he wasn't.
Everybody
You don't
knows
get a win for saying shit like the Earth is not flat. You don't fucking get a win for that shit.
He would, he would have took this as a win because he can't stand Kristen Stewart, even though I'm pretty sure he hates Fab Stewart.
Well, let's like give a preface to it. Like,
All right.
so this movie might redefine what bombing means
Yes.
in the theaters. The opening weekend for Charlie's Angels made $8 million domestically. $8 million. It made $27 million overall internationally. Those are fucking horrific numbers.
Yes.
Horrific numbers.
And its budget was like 50 million.
No, it was like in the hundreds.
I thought it was only
I
50.
thought it was like 125.
I thought it was only 50. No.
No, I'm pretty sure it was more than that.
Either way, they still don't make their money.
No, and they're not going to. And of course, these fucking idiots come out of nowhere talking about how men are the problem. We didn't watch the movie, so because apparently men have to watch movies, but not women. I don't understand that fucking argument. It's like women are at least 50% of the population. If you make a movie that they want to watch, they will fucking watch it. It didn't appeal to fucking anybody. And that's the reason why it bombed. Stop blaming men for some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
the director came out and said that, right?
Yeah,
More than
Elizabeth-
just the director.
yeah, Elizabeth Banks, who's the director of the film, came out and was saying that basically men weren't supporting this and men weren't going to support women in action films.
Right.
And she was saying like films like Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman were basically, I guess, cogs in the machine. I'm paraphrasing there, but basically they're geared towards men, I guess, in a way. And I was
T2,
like,
Kill Bill, Aliens.
the first original Charlie's Angel movie.
yeah.
That made way more money. There's a bunch of movies out there that are,
Atomic Blonde.
yeah.
Yeah, Atomic Blonde was really
It wasn't a
good.
blockwomen though.
No, but it was really good.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of movies out
Salt.
there that made
Oh yeah, Salt made money.
that made a bunch of money that are women are the headliners, and nobody gave excuses for those movies. They made a bunch of money, but all of a sudden, when something bombs, you want to blame it on sexism. But it's like people will watch interesting movies that are starred with by women. I don't understand why when they make a shitty movie, they want to all of a sudden, or even the movie could be good. I don't fucking know because I haven't watched it. but it wasn't marketed well. I can tell you that shit, right? For sure.
To be honest, I did not know it came out this weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the trailers didn't look very appealing to me.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe you need to cut your trailers better. I don't fucking know. Either way, you can't just sit there and say that men are the problem, because we will come out in droves to watch movies that are good, like that are starred by women, that are headlining. We don't give a fuck.
So
Most of us.
we need to rewind the tape on these numbers. So one of you, I think Blue said it was 27 million it made total. That's incorrect.
Worldwide.
It made 11 million worldwide. 8 million, 9 million in the States, and 1.9 million internationally.
And that's opening weekend?
That's opening weekend.
God damn, that's fucking sad.
Yeah, I'm looking at the numbers right here.
Box Office Mojo?
Yeah, 11.7 million total.
And their budget was between 60 to 75 million.
Ooh,
Trash.
man.
So I went back and looked at Ghostbusters, and
Oh,
actually
shit, I
let me
wasn't
see.
correct. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Jesus.
Let me see what
That's
the
even worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's worse. They didn't even hit 27 million.
A couple of days ago, it did. Maybe I was tripping, but I could have sworn it said over 28 million or 27
Well,
million.
did they make a Charlie's Angels
fucking
2?
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was the second one.
yeah.
There's Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, which was part 2.
Which was
Okay.
decent,
So it
too.
stopped at 2, right?
Yeah, it
And
stopped at
with
2.
2, was it the same? Was it Lucy Liu,
Yeah, it was
Drew,
all.
and
It was all of them.
Dawson?
Yeah.
Were the 3?
Weird.
That's the one where Bill Murray didn't come back and Bernie Mac was Bosley.
And they had a homeboy with crazy dude from Even Stevens. Oh God.
Crazy.
Just do it.
What?
Yeah, I
you
remember.
talking about Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah, he was in the second one. He replaces Bosley, because remember they're protecting him, and so he goes and hangs out with the Bosley family, and he's adopted as a Bosley.
I know that Bernie Mac was Bosley.
I only watched the first one, I think.
But so Ghostbusters, the all-female cast, opening weekend, that one did $46 million.
Damn.
So that did better than this movie.
Way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghostbusters got a better...
With less theaters.
Yeah. I mean, I maybe saw a commercial or 2 from it, but I was like, you're not telling me on the actresses in it?
Nope.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't buy that they can actually kick ass.
Well, K-Stu is basically fucking cancer on a screen.
Damn.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, she got lucky with what was that movie? Twilight. But other than that, like, she's not a compelling actress. She's like she's somebody that's basically emotionless on the screen.
Yeah, she's a dead
And
fish.
I have no desire to see any of her fucking movies.
Yeah, well, I mean, she did have a fan base, but she kind of fucked over the fan base when she cheated on her co-star, because her and Robert Pattinson were dating.
I don't give a shit about
That
that.
was a
But
long
I don't
time
give a fuck
ago.
about
It was, but still, people still hold on to that kind of shit, and they're like, "Well, fuck this chick. I'm not gonna support her."
I don't care about her, who she fucks or who she's dating.
Her star cooled a while ago.
It's the same. It's the same thing for me with like Channing Tatum. Like the motherfucker can't act either. I don't give a shit about whatever he's in. Like the only movie that I watched that I liked that he was in was like movies that he died in. You know what I mean? And shit, what was the other one that he the latest Kingsman movie? He was in that one, but I didn't watch for him.
yeah.
Well, he died in that one too.
Yeah.
Well, he came back to life, but
Oh,
he fucking died.
He's good in 21 Jump Street. I give him that.
Fuck him.
He's so good in 21 Jump
That's
Street.
all bad.
He's good as a dumbass. That's what he did. He plays a dumbass.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Pretty
he
much.
plays the jock. He does.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Oh, he has like a cameo in This Is the End, because that movie's hilarious.
And he's good in Hateful Eight. I have to give him that too.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Maybe it's cool in real life. If I saw him on the street, I say, "Hey, what's up?" That'd be cool, But as far as an actor goes, fuck him.
Hilarious.
So now whenever I have him on this show, not that it matters anyway.
Yeah, that's all
but
bad.
he's not a great actor.
I pulled up a list
Neither am
of movies that bombed, and like on here, the movie Still with the
Who?
O'Neal, it's Shaq O'Neal, where he plays like
Oh, wow.
the Iron Man, whatever.
Wait, what?
That-
Who?
Steel.
Oh, Steel.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Still
she
bombed?
killed. Yeah, Still hella
yeah. It
bombed.
made 1.7 million,
Yeah.
but it had a budget of 16 million, so it didn't. That's not a hard bomb to be honest.
That's
I actually
pretty
watched that
much-
I watched it in home video.
Yeah, I watched it a long time ago. I was like, this movie's trash.
See, Hellboy made 21 million. The
most
2019
recent
one,
one,
yeah. Ninja Turtles made, well, that's 82 is not that bad. I'm not sure why that's on here then. Gemini Man made 38 million.
Yeah,
that one was a bomb. That one. Did
Yeah, that one.
well.
That's Will Smith's latest movie.
We're not talking about opening weekends. We're just talking about overall. So
Yeah,
with
this
a lot
is
of
to
these,
date.
Yeah. So
Oh wow, the
people are just
Red Planet. I thought it was a Martian.
making up excuses for their failed project.
Is that? Oh, the Wolfman. Yeah, don't stop blaming everybody else. Just blame your fucking self. You fucked up. Just
Yeah.
own it.
Actually, I would put blame on her studio because they did not market her movie for shit. Like most of the people I know didn't even know this movie came out. I didn't even know this movie came out. I knew it was coming, but I know it just got released. So I mean, no one cared about this film. A lot of people didn't give a shit about doing another Charlie's Angels, about a TV series that most millennials have never even fucking seen.
Speaking of movies, I saw some news today that, and I heard some conflicting reports on that. This Oathbreakers movie Joker
Oh, here we go.
was getting a possible sequel.
Maybe. Yeah.
I saw
Sequel,
some stuff
yeah.
about it, but then IGN I think reported that that has not been confirmed and everything. It seems like obviously if it makes $1 billion, well let's do it again. But I guess they haven't confirmed it yet. And I guess originally from what I had thought, this was just going to be a one and done kind of piece based on the story. I didn't watch
we
the
talked
movie.
about it last time though. Listen, if you make enough money on a movie, you can say one and done before it comes out all you want.
Yeah.
If it makes $1 billion goddamn dollars.
Yeah,
Right.
they want
and
more.
and you spent like what, 60 on it?
Yeah.
Right. But the only thing I mean, it's hard for me to even
think
give a
Deadpool that way,
definitive
too.
thought on this because I didn't watch the movie. But did they write this where it could be a sequel? And then
Yeah.
if it does
Yeah, they
go
did.
into that, how does that conflict with
Well,
what
'cause
they're doing in the DCU?
They ended it with the classic death of the Waynes.
Okay.
So they build up that story for him becoming Batman, but then he's looked upon as not I guess a martyr because everybody likes him. Like people are behind him, and he doesn't fucking like die at the end. Sorry, spoiler. But yeah, like he kind of becomes like super popular. So they definitely have it open for more stuff. How they'll do it, I don't know because he fucking murdered somebody around on TV.
But
so.
this still
Yeah.
can't tie into the DCEU, right?
Yeah,
Or it can't?
I mean,
They
it could, but
can.
he would have to be, if it's current day in Matt Reeves' Batman, he's got to be super old.
Yeah, he's gotta be
Because
hella old.
this film takes place in like the 80s.
Yeah.
No,
Like
it's okay. I
early
mean,
80s.
we all know that the Joker uses various chemicals and compounds to make himself younger.
Yeah.
So that's entirely. And did he fall in a vat?
No.
So that's fine. There's ways around that.
That's
I mean, Jesus. I mean, he literally fucking died and came back in Todd. What was it?
Jason Todd?
Jason Todd's fucking body,
Oh.
like fucking decades in the future after he died. So it's fine.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they do. I mean, I think they maybe thought it was a runoff. I don't know if Todd Phillips will be back. I'm assuming he will, but we'll see. Let's see. We'll wait and see when they're like, oh, this is official. Production starts this month or this particular month or whatever. So we'll see.
It was a great movie though. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it.
Nah.
No,
No, it's really good.
nah, that ain't me.
Damn,
I'll watch it
I'm a
eventually.
man of principle.
I'll watch it when it comes
Damn.
on the home video.
you're a man of pettiness.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, it's really fucking well done. Like
So-
all the people who were out there saying like it was gonna be about like there's gonna be mass murders and stuff like that. I think maybe like 6 people died in the entire fucking movie.
People die every fucking day.
Yeah, but like it wasn't like he was murdering like hella people. Like people thought what's gonna happen, but yeah, it's more of a psychological look at life and not a mass murderer's point of
Okay.
view.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So are you guys still happy with Disney Plus still? Now that the shininess is a little bit toned off, or is it still?
Well, so you know what's funny? So Blue and a bunch of other people have talked about how it's glitchy, right? But then, like the other day, like literally today, I was clicking on Netflix, and Netflix still doesn't connect every fucking time either. You know, they still has glitches with any online service. There's problems with them.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of people, they just, you know, because Disney Plus is new, they're more critical of it. But it's like, you know, every other online service that's out there has problems to this day because it's difficult to put out that much media to the public, just in general. And I think people they don't really want to recognize that. They have short memories. But you can click on Netflix 10 times in a row. If it works every single time, be fucking surprised. If you don't get some kind of connection problem, I'd be fucking surprised. Like, really surprised.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I guess what did episode 2 of the Mandalorian drop?
Oh,
on?
holy
yeah.
shit. Oh man, this shit set the internet on fire over the weekend.
Yeah, it did.
Oh my goodness, people were freaking out.
So first, like I started watching it. I'm all because there's only 2 episodes that are out, but like I like this more than the Star Wars movies just because I'm kind of tired of dealing with fucking Skywalkers. So this is like a refreshing look at some other life.
What's a Skywalker?
Oh my goodness.
Remember that bikini you wore?
Yeah.
That was one of them.
Yeah. But yeah. You want to talk about this episode?
Oh, you can talk about it. I'm bad at it. there's a guy with a gun, and he rolls up into the wrong hood, and some little thugs are like, "Hey man, I'm stealing your shit." He stole his shit.
So basically, I mean, literally, the episode 2 of The Mandalorian literally starts off where he finds like this little weird floating crib or floating stroller. Yeah, it's a little sphere. It's like a floating stroller or whatnot. He links it to his little wrist computer. And
it's with Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
And hold on, before the internet gets fucking mad, you're like, we'll call, it's not Baby Yoda. Yeah, we fucking know that, but Yoda doesn't have a race at this point in time. Mm-hmm. There's Yoda and there's Yaddle. And you know what they say in the fucking lore? It's both Yoda's race. Yaddle is female Yoda who's in episode 1. Well, I'm pretty sure this probably is Yoda and Yaddle's baby, but
no idea.
Because it's only male and female that we've seen of that whole race, but they've never ever specified the name of Yoda's race or Yaddle's race because it's the same race. So get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
It's hella funny, but yeah, there's a little baby version of this thing in this floating crib, and he goes to take it back to his ship, and his ship is getting scuttled by Jawas. And there's so many of them, his
Jabberwockies? What?
Yeah,
Basically.
they scuttled this ship.
Badly,
Hold on.
dude.
He
They're doing they start pop locking.
He left their ship in Oakland.
He came back. It was on cinder blocks.
Yeah. So he wasn't even gone that long.
Yeah, he wasn't. I mean, he was gone for a little bit, but he came back. It was on cinder blocks, and he caught them in the act. They all scuttled up, rolled up in their sandcrawler, and took off.
They took off after he fucking vaporized 5 of them in a row.
This is true. Yeah,
he was like, you stole that piece, goodbye. You stole that piece, goodbye. And meanwhile, fucking little Yoda was like, okay, you just can kill a motherfucker.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I like the meme that somebody made and made little Yoda Frieza.
Yeah.
He's like, kill them all.
Was it Zabura or something like that?
Yeah, that shit was hella crazy. When he vaporized them, literally nothing's left but a robe. The robe goes flipping around. Their whole body is just gone. He just wiped them out. And then he's so pissed that his ship is gone. He chases them while they're in the sandcrawler. He chases them on this speeder thing or whatever. And then this whole time, Baby Yoda is in his little floating crib, at a safe distance, going probably 60 miles an hour as he's on this sandcrawler, this giant
battle dome or
it's like a battle dome. It's similar to from the Turtles. The battle dome there, or the whatever dome.
What was it called?
Is it Pterodome? Yeah, giant Pterodome. But this is square thing. But there's a bunch of Jawas on it. The Mandalorian's throwing them off. He's shooting a few of them. He manages to get to the top, and there's 10 of them. They all have their little shock weapons on them. They shock the shit out of him, and he goes fucking flying off. So he ends up having to pick up his pride, walk all the way back with Baby Yoda to the guy that helped him first.
I have spoken.
Yeah, I think his name's Nilik. I believe his name.
He spoke. That's all I know.
So so he basically tells dude "Hey, can you help me get my shit back from these Jawas?" Yeah, but you got to barter. He's all right, barter with them. They stole my shit.
It's my shit.
Yeah, it's my shit. I don't need the barters all. Well, that's not the approach you need to do. Let's just go talk to them.
He's like, hold on, how about murder though?
Yeah, yeah. So then it's funny while they're talking, Baby Yoda's gets out of his crib and is hopping around. He eats a whole frog. He jumps on a frog and stuffs him down his throat, and then
he throws him.
Yeah, he just swallowed him whole, and then the Mandalorian's "What are you doing? Spit that out!" And the Baby Yoda just laughs at him. He's all, "Oh, that was good. Don't tell me what to do though. I'll fuck you up, even because I'm 50 years old."
Yeah, that's the other thing. Baby Yoda's 50.
Yeah, he's 50 years old of that race. So they decide to go back. And then, like, before they go back, the Mandarin's trying to heal his wounds, and Baby Yoda manages to get out of his crib and come over and try to,
That was kind of cute.
force heal him or whatever. But then, like, the Mandalorian just picks him up, drops him off, and, like, he's all, like, stay in your crib type thing. And then he does it again. Baby Yoda gets up, tries to come back and try to touch his wound, try to help dude out. So then they end up going back to the Jawas. They try to negotiate, and they're like, the Jawas like, hey,
We need you to do something for us.
yeah, we need you to do something for us. Besides, you talk. They're talking hella shit. They're like, dude, you barely speak our language. You sound like a Wookiee. You sound like shit. They're all laughing at him. He's like, well, how's this sound? He tries to flamethrow like the whole like squad of them because he's pissed off at them. They're like, hey, they're like, oh, well, we'll give you your parts back if you go get us this one thing.
But it's funny because like they're literally outside of their like little fortress with like it's almost like some shit you see at the flea market. They basically have like a blue tarp on the ground, all the parts out, and they have like little tarps above them, like they're about to sell this shit.
Yeah, but yeah, they do.
That's
They
funny.
sell their shit. They're a flea market. They're a mobile flea market.
Yeah, basically a stolen shit.
Yeah, and so they don't want to give them shit back. They want something in return. Like, they try to say, you can buy these back by like 20% off type shit. And they're like, no, it's my shit. So they're like, all right, we want the egg. There was an egg. So they show the Mandalorian where to go to get this egg. He goes in this cave or whatever, peels around. He pulls out this egg that's like partially buried that has like strings attached to it or whatever the fuck. Pulls it out, and this giant like space rhino, this giant space rhino tries to fuck his world up. So he has Baby Yoda like at a foreseeable distance. Yeah, he's at a distance, but he keeps him where he can see him. So he has him out of the way, and then the space rhino is fucking him up, running him over, tossing him up in the air. He's fucking up his armor, and some of his weapons can't pierce like the skin of the space rhino.
And plus, it's like I want to say his sniper rifle is broken.
I don't think it was broken.
Well, no, because he tried using it when he first. First of all, this fucking space rhino's in the goddamn butthole. We skimmed over that part.
Yeah, butthole.
I was like, that's a fucking booty hole, man. What
It's
the
a
fuck?
cave.
It's a cave, but it looked like a booty hole.
I mean, it's a cave still. Cave
But yeah, like when he gets first thrown out, like he tries to use his sniper rifle, his disintegrating rifle.
I think he just
and
gets
it just
fucked.
doesn't work.
I think he just didn't get the shot off in time, and he got fucked because Space Rhino fucked him up.
Yeah.
So he's like getting fucked up more and more. His armor's all crumpled up and shit. And then like in a last ditch effort, he pulls out like a fucking side pocket knife.
Was it like vibrating?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah,
I thought my TV was fucked up.
Yeah, he had like this vibrating knife.
That
Where
was a
he's just like,
throwback to Evangelion.
yeah, he's
shit.
like, oh, I'm about to fuck this thing up, but he's like dazed and like on his knees, and so he's about to get ran over. He's probably gonna die, and then Baby Yoda stretches out his arm and then uses the Force on Space Rhino. He uses the Force to lift up the Rhino just enough to where it won't kill the Mandalorian, and he's able to pull the killing blow on the Space Rhino. So he kills the Space Rhino, and Baby Yoda's tired from using the Force, and then knocks out. He's taking a nap, fat nap.
You go night night, nigga.
Yeah. So then, like, the Mandalorian brings the egg back.
That shit was fucking gross.
The Jawas are like, oh, he has the egg, and I didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen. I thought they were gonna praise it and like cherish it. No, they cracked that bitch open.
Omelet time.
Yeah, they
wasn't even omelet
they
time
cracked
here.
that shit open. They start eating it
It
like,
was like what's that Easter egg?
oh, it's like a Cadbury
Cadbury
egg.
egg.
Like when
it
I cracked
looked
it
like-
up for girl.
Yeah, they cracked that shit open. There's like 20 of them
That
eating the yolk.
Filipino dish. where they
Yeah,
got the-
they like cracked that bitch
Balut?
open. They're all
Yeah.
eating this shit. And then like Mandalorian's like, really? I just died so y'all can eat a fucking egg? Like, what the fuck? So then like he gets the parts back to his ship. Him and I Have Spoken dude go back to where his ship is, and they're like, we can put this together in a couple days. And he's like, well, I don't really have that kind of time. He's all, well, you keep talking, we need to be working. So they end up working on the ship, putting it back together. This whole time, Baby Yoda's knocked out.
I'm like
Passed out.
I was watching that shit. I was like, can you imagine being so far technologically advanced that you can put together, you can repair your own spaceship by yourself and be confident that it's fucking space worthy. But I was like, at the same time, it's like, listen, I've done repairs on my car and I've driven over 100 miles per hour on the motherfucker. If you explain that shit to somebody that was like 150 fucking years ago, they'll be like, dude, that's impossible.
Yeah.
There's no way you can put back together something or repair something yourself and
And
go
then have
100
it
miles
work?
per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he sure did. And like he literally sat there and tested it. He tested the engines. And then like he thanked dude that helped him. He wanted to employ him. He's all, nope. He's all, I've escaped servitude. I'm here basically to chill. You've already helped me with my land. I helped you out. I have spoken. And he just like, yeah, he just dipped out. And then the Mandalorian takes off.
His name is Quilly?
Something
Kuiil?
Sure, it's I have spoken, dude.
I don't know. Either way, listen, The Mandalorian is one of the best things that come out of the Star Wars franchise in a while. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy the latest movies, but the latest movies they are Star Wars, but they're missing the nostalgia flair that the Mandalorian has for the originals that we watch. You know, episode 4 through 7 or whatever.
Yeah, 4 through 6.
4 through 6, yeah. And I really love like the way they're doing it. Actually, it also feels like a Western now.
Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah.
They have really they have like a really interesting mix of Western music like style and the traditional Star Wars music.
Well, even like in the first episode with the bar scene, that felt like a Western. Even like the whole bar fight and dude throwing the other dude out the. Well, I guess he didn't throw him out the door, but he pulled him back in.
yeah. I mean, the whole thing is it's like a Western. So I think that this whole theme of like a Western style Star Wars show is just it's fantastic, and I really enjoy it. For me, that's worth the price of entry alone. It's just like how fucking CBS All Access got me with Star Wars because it was so Star Trek. Sorry, because Star Trek was Star Trek Discovery was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes, all right, you fucking assholes. Even though I said it's not worth it, but it's worth it to watch it, or at least watching it after the fact. This show is definitely worth watching, and then also. With Disney Plus, you're getting all the old stuff, you know, watching Gargoyles and X-Men.
It's fucking great, man.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like being able to show your kids this old stuff that we used to watch, it's fucking amazing. Do they have Darkwing Duck on there?
Yes,
yeah,
they do.
he's on there.
I need to watch that too.
So, fun. I think I'm not sure if I mentioned it on this podcast. So, Darkwing Duck actually was my love for Batman is because of Darkwing Duck. Because Darkwing Duck came out before Batman the Animated Series.
It's a spinoff too.
Yeah. Is it? Wait, what?
Darkwing Duck is a spinoff.
Oh yeah. Wait, no. Is it?
Yes.
It's a spinoff of DuckTales, right?
Yes, I believe it is.
Yeah. So my love for Darkwing Duck is the reason why I fell in love with like Batman because they're very very similar.
Oh yeah, because he ripped off a Batman.
Yeah. But it's funny because like actually when I went to Disney World, I've never seen this at a Disneyland, but they had a Lunchpad McQuack like character there.
Shit.
And like it was funny because this little kid's like, "Mommy, I want to go see Donald Duck. I want to see Donald Duck." Like, I'm not sure if that's Donald Duck. Like the mom didn't even know that was Launchpad McQuack. It's like, what the fuck you doing here if you know who Launchpad is?
Get the fuck out of here.
Is Tailspin's on there too, right?
I believe. Oh,
Is it? Tailspin's a great show. So was Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
That's on there.
That's on there.
Is it really?
Yeah.
There's a lot. It's crazy because like there's shit I wasn't sure was gonna be on there, but like some of the Marvel shows like. Iron Man Armored Adventures, like all of that shit's on there, plus a little bit. Tron Uprising.
Did we talk about the Gargoyles controversy?
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
Wait, which one though? With the gun or?
Yeah,
okay,
the editing. Yeah, that they didn't edit. I really appreciate that Disney has decided to not edit their old videos. I talked about it last time, but I didn't expect Disney to go that route, even though they fucking edited Star Wars again.
Yeah, they
fucking
did.
Assholes. But
so
the other shows, it's okay.
There's a couple of edits. There's one edit that I'm okay with because there's a scream in there that shouldn't be in there, and it was in the special edition. They took that out, so I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that. And then they added some shit to Return of the Jedi.
Show the fucking original work.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's a few Chip and Dale actually products on here. There's like the OG Chip and Dale with Donald Duck. And then there's Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. That was my shit growing up.
That's crazy.
Fucking even though they all walk around with no pants on with a female rat or a mouse hanging out with them.
One was like, what was it? There's what they look like. It's
Oh, it's Crocodile. Oh no, it's Magnum PI and Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
They sure do. Someone was saying
Lilo had no idea who Magnum PI was. I was like,
the dude with the Ferrari.
Yeah, she was watching
dick.
it was something with Tom Selleck or whatever. So watching, and I was like, oh, it's Magnum PI. She's like, huh? I was like, Magnum PI with the Ferrari. She's like, huh? huh? I was like, oh my god, I can't even with you right now.
There's even a new Magnum PI.
In his day, he was like a King Dick's fucking slinger.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like,
he
dude.
slayed bitches in the
Yeah.
80s. He slayed so many.
Now
I'm
his
sure.
back is all fucked up.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
someone
he's
was
singing shit.
saying that I guess there's, I don't know if it's Disney property or if Disney bought it, but there's like Doug is on there, Doug the movie, Doug the TV series, and then Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, a lot of people thought
I
it
thought
was.
that's Nickelodeon.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
thought it was
that was-
Nickelodeon, but no, it was actually he was on ABC first, and then Disney owns the rights to ABC. So
Yeah, they do.
You
And
think-
then Phineas and Ferb is on here too.
well, they've always been on part of Disney.
Yeah, I thought I was on Cartoon Network for a quick minute.
Oh, not
but-
even. Yeah, they were always Disney because I fucking love that show.
Yeah, Tailspin's on here.
Who do you think slayed more bitches, like Burt Reynolds,
Or
Tom Selleck, or Hasselhoff?
I'm gonna say Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna say Burt Reynolds too.
I'm gonna say Tom Selleck is a very close second. But Burt
Sorry,
Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds is the guy with the fucked up back. Sorry, I don't know what Tom Selleck was up to. Tom Selleck is still doing shit on like Blue Bloods and shit.
Yeah,
right?
he's like the captain on that
He's
show,
got
isn't he?
the epic.
Well, I guess
mustache
at their
guy.
peak, because I mean,
Oh, at the peak.
Reynolds is dead, so obviously
Yeah,
he's
he's
not
gone.
slaying bitches.
Well, at his peak, I'm
At
pretty
his
sure
peak,
Burt
oh,
Reynolds-
at his peak,
Yeah.
because he was a huge movie star back then,
Yeah.
huge, and his whole like weird like Dolly Parton shit was going down, and he was slanging across the country. Burt Reynolds was like he was like 80s Alec Baldwin.
You mean Turd Ferguson?
Oh,
I wonder.
Have you ever watched that shit?
I've seen a little
The
bit.
SNL. He has like his SNL sketch from like back in the day with what's that dude's fucking? I forget his name. He's a comedian guy, but he did like this skit on SNL with Jeopardy, with where he played.
Oh, Pat Sajak, not Pat Sajak.
Well, he was played Burt Reynolds, but he wanted to go as Turd Ferguson as like his name, and he would like make fun of like all this shit. Like the SNL back in the day, they had some funny shit with Jeopardy. It's hilarious.
Has anyone seen the Eddie Murphy thing yet, or no?
No,
Is it out yet?
Dolomite.
Yeah, Dolomite.
Yeah, it's
oh,
been
no, I
out.
need to watch it. Shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dolomite's been out.
I keep seeing it pop up. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet.
I heard it
I
was
also,
good.
I need to watch The Expanse season 4 because I have access to it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Do we know if Disney? Because you know, if you ever watch any of the Disney movies, they always have like little, like adult things hidden in them. Like for example, like with The Lion King, when Simba falls on the flowers, it spells out like sex, and then
I
like
still haven't seen that. Like,
what's the name?
You gotta
Boner.
catch it. It's
I
in
just
there.
watched it the other day, and I just like
They could have took that out.
You gotta go
for that
frame
new
by
shit.
frame.
You gotta watch like
Yeah.
a YouTube thing, and then,
Yeah, you
like,
gotta watch. Yeah, they break it down.
It's
like-
it's a kind of a reach.
The
But
kind of the creator said that it actually spells out SFX for super special effects. Yeah, it's supposed to spell out that, but it
Lies.
could easily be
He
an E.
lying. They say
But then
sex.
there's like the thing with like the Little Mermaid where the preacher pops a boner when Ursula and the prince are getting married.
and when the castle looks like a dick on the top.
But I was on the cover.
Still?
What was it? I think in Aladdin says all good kids get naked.
Or take off your
All
clothes.
kids take off your clothes. There was another one. And the Rescuers. There's a scene where the bird's like diving and it pulls back up and starts flying and it flies by one of the windows, and if you freeze frame it, there's a naked woman in the window. Not an animated naked woman. It's actual like naked woman. Like somebody somehow put that into the window.
Awesome.
I remember the one from this was legit 'cause I remember seeing it fucking in real life when I was a kid. It was the penis on the cover of Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
With the castles in the
Yeah,
background.
castle.
Yeah, because there was definitely a fucking dick. Like 100% a dick.
Yeah. There's
Hilarious. We talk about more gaming real quick.
Sure.
So Jedi
No Xbox shit though. Okay?
Fallen Order. What the fuck? Jedi Fallen Order dropped on Tuesday or
I
whatnot.
want to play that, but I had shit to deliver.
Holy shit.
I had Ghost to Slay.
So even though the Oathbreaker's not here, I guess I'm gonna sideways apologize for all of you who are fans of Dark Souls. Now I feel your pain. I'm sorry I ever talked mad shit, but holy shit, this shit is fucking fucked up. It is definitely a challenging game on no matter what difficulty you're playing on.
Did you play God of War?
I didn't finish it, but yeah, I played God of War.
Wow, I didn't finish it. All
No,
right.
I didn't finish it, but I think this is more
You're a
challenging.
terrible person. That disproved it to me. Even more. Just saying.
Yeah, but I mean, the way that the mechanics of Fallen Order work, if you are traversing the map and trying to solve like environmental puzzles, if you die, you reset at the beginning of the puzzle until you solve it. If you die after you solve it, you reset at the end of the puzzle. If you die when you get killed by an enemy, you get reset all the way to your last save, which could be the beginning of the entire area, depending on what you're doing. So if you die, and you could technically be reset to the beginning of an entire world, not just a map, like a whole world.
Why are they dispatching a whole army of people to review the game? I've been seeing I guess IGN.
IGN. Yeah.
They're having multiple people review this.
So I actually agree with that, because after I watched the review of Death Stranding, I think it was EGM and a few other magazines they used to do this back in the day. They had multiple people review the game. Okay. So you could just read through and see what common themes were. Some a lot of the time they were all basically the same, but sometimes they diverge. And I think with some games, it's important to have different opinions on a game.
So is this a whole policy change then? Cause
no, they do it for some games.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know for some of them they'll do a review in progress and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it seems to one person.
Yeah, usually reviews in progress are for games that are really long as well, and also ones that have multiplayer attached. It's hard to review games that are Star Trek Online, World of Warcraft. That takes time.
So is there a multiplayer in this, or?
No, there is not. It's just solely a single player game.
And it's by EA.
This is by Respawn.
It's by EA.
It's published by EA,
then
coded and
EA.
Developed by Respawn.
So you gotta. Is it pay to play then?
No, there's
what is it making you buy?
No, there's no store in the game. There's no microtransactions. There's no.
I feel a butt coming on.
If you look at the box, it says EA on the motherfucker.
Yeah, because they published the game.
Yes, so it's by EA as well.
Yeah, but
why are you fucking even arguing with this shit?
Because Respawn developed the game.
They
That's
did,
what
but
I'm
it's by EA.
Anyway.
He'll defend his baby.
I don't understand why the fuck you even trying to argue about that shit.
I'm just saying, Respawn deserves their credit.
They do deserve their credit, but so does EA. See, your whole thing there. It's what the fuck?
Yeah, because most people hate EA. A lot of people fucking despise
A lot of people hate
EA.
Star Wars.
But
you hate Star Wars. Get the fuck out. Get out. Door's right there.
The people need to know that it's by EA, though.
Yes.
For you try to cover that shit up, it's by Respawn. Listen, does Respawn release video games without a publisher?
No. Most people don't. But
yeah,
still.
that's why I'm saying it's by EA. So just fucking own it.
Why are you trying to hide shit? Or you try to hide about this Star Wars game?
I'm not trying to hide the game because the game.
I'm buying the game.
the game in and of itself is so far it's golden.
Well, yeah, I'm sure, but I don't understand why you're trying to cover up the fact that it's by EA.
Because nobody wants to hear about EA. Fuck EA.
Why not? They make video games.
I
They're
guess.
a successful ass top tier.
They made Battlefront that you loved, right?
Yeah.
That was by DICE, but
they print money,
but also by EA.
Published by EA.
God damn! Again, what the fuck?
It's a mental thing with this clown. It's a mental block.
EA.
Going back on. Yeah, the game will punish you severely. You're gonna die 11 million times in this fucking game. There's no escaping that. You're gonna die a bunch. The game will let you fight bosses even if they're not leveled up. You can fight them if you want, but you're gonna die. You can die literally between 1 and 2 hits from a boss.
So what makes this game awesome then? Because obviously it's a whole step above normal difficulty stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm right now I'm playing the game on normal.
Okay.
And the fact that you have to.
Are you playing as a Skywalker?
No,
whatever?
you're playing as someone. So you
Sky
play
Dancer.
Yeah, Cloud Skipper.
A Moonwalker.
Oh damn! You play as Cal Kestis. You're a new character who was a kid. You're probably I think 12 to 14 when Order 66 dropped down. So all the Jedi start getting killed.
Anakin?
Yeah, he missed Anakin. He wasn't on Coruscant when stuff happens, and he's a junker. He's basically hauling junk, and then his friend almost dies, and he saves him using the Force. His friend knows about it, and he's like, "Well, if I know you have the Force, they could find out about it. You can't stay here because." The junkyard's being run by the Empire. They're scrapping Colonial War equipment, like Star Destroyers and tanks and stuff. And so, as he finds out that that his boy knows that he's a Jedi. Like Inquisitors show up to his scrapyard, and they're sent by Vader, and they know about him. They know that he was a survivor, so they're there to end him. So he gets lined up, and they try to point him out. They try to get him to come forward, and then they end up. His boy ends up sacrificing himself so he can escape. So you start off that way. You escape. You use your fledgling powers, and then you get saved by these like random rogues. I guess they're rebels, but they're not really rebels. But they want to rebuild the Jedi, and they need your help. It's the way the game starts off.
Okay.
So you go to. You end up going to a planet to where...
I don't need the whole story. I just need what's fun about it.
Yeah, you go to... See, that's what I'm saying. I'm getting there. When you get to a planet where you get to learn how to kind of fight, but when you fight, even the small things can kill you in 3 hits. So it tells you need to block, because you can't just go all out and like fucking fight. You need to plan your attack, block, and parry. When you parry, you can stun an enemy and then
like
do
God of
shit.
War. So when I started playing God of War, I played it on hard.
Okay.
So that's like basically how it was in God of War. You would get murked if you fucked up.
Yeah,
same thing with
you-
like Assassin's Creed. You got to parry and shit.
Yeah, you will
can't
get
just go-
murked.
Well, Assassin's Creed, you can take some hits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't go just smash,
You
smash,
can't go
smash.
smash out in this either.
Leroy.
Yeah, you can't go Leroy. As you progress through the game, you learn more about the Force. You regain, I guess, your memories about how to use the Force. You become more powerful, so it becomes slightly easier to kill like enemies, but then you end up fighting more tougher bosses because there's ones that like they have unblockable attacks, and even dodging and rolling can still get you fucked up.
Okay.
So you need to plan your attack. In some cases, the best plan is just to run. Just run away. Run away, don't fight. You can come back later after you become more powerful, but the whole point is to try to plan your save spots and whatnot. It's cool. You can modify your lightsaber. You get to work with Wookiees and Saw Gerrera's in the game, which is Forrest Whitaker's character. You link up with him at one point. The boss battles, you can either get really fucked up, or if you plan shit right, you can literally kill a boss in one hit, depending on how you do your shit. So it's been really interesting. It's been a really challenging fucking game. If you think it's going to be like the Force Unleashed, where you can just run through a bunch of enemies, you're going to die like as soon as you probably fight your first enemy.
So EA made a really good game then.
So Respawn made a really great game. Fuck out of here. So far, this game has been great. I'm liking this a lot. The lore, there's a lot of lore, especially about the Jedi in this game. So, and there's like a little mystery that's involved that you got to solve. So it's pretty good so
This
far.
episode sponsored by EA, by the way.
Goddamn.
Sounds
Oh,
like
Ninja's trying to take money out of our pockets.
Sounds like EA did a good job of saving the Star Wars video game franchise.
I guess EA did a good job of Disney not yanking their licensing for doing this shit. But
Do we got any Be That BTI questions?
we had one, I think.
There was one about soul food from Stu.
Oh, yeah, it was.
yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Like, what do we consider soul food? That's a really like strange question.
Strange?
Well, no. It's only strange outside of the U.S.
Okay.
Because
You gotta explain
depending.
to people outside.
Yeah. So he broke it down. Let me bring up the actual question again.
Yeah.
Because he talks about his food and he showed pictures.
Yeah. But for
Soul
him,
food is regional, kind of
that's
for
that
the United
sort of
States.
was asking. Yeah.
So
And-
for those that don't know, Dirty Stu, he's from Scotland. So
Scotland.
it's always funny when he does have questions because like stuff that we just were like things like no brainer. We have to like remember like, oh yeah, it's completely fucking different over there, and it sort of works both ways and stuff. So it's always good. I always enjoy getting questions from Stu because they're legit, awesome questions and stuff. Fun to explain.
Okay, so this is his exact question. What do you classify as soul food, and does it change depending on which part of the states you are from? So to answer the second part of the question, yes, it does change from where you're from. So if you don't live in the U.S., most people don't understand how big the U.S. is as a country. It's very large as far as the country goes, and the different states that are in this country are vastly different.
Yeah.
So like if you go from like California to say like Montana, they might as well be different fucking countries.
I guess square mile wise, is it comparable with Europe?
No.
It's not as big as Europe, but again, you're comparing what's supposedly a continent to a single country.
Right, but obviously
It's not a continent though. It's Eurasia.
Yeah,
Continent, but
and I don't know how many actual countries comprise of
you can
Europe.
fit a shitload of European countries in the United
Right,
States.
but
Just the East Coast.
I guess the point I'm trying to sort of make, but I wanted to make sure I had it right, was like so almost comparable in size wise as Europe is to the United States. But Europe, obviously, you have a bazillion different cultures as you go across different countries.
Yeah.
Obviously, fucking Italy is different than fucking Norway and shit in terms of what cultures and foods and stuff you get there.
But the thing that's different about the United States, though, is that when you travel in Europe, you understand that when you're going from country to country, that when you change countries, the culture, the foods, everything is different. In the United States, when you come here, which is really odd for people that come here from another country, is that within the United States, we have like a shitload of different cultures here, and a shitload of different foods, ethnicities, shit like that, which is like for most countries that's not the case. Like if you go to like say England, you're not going to get like a multitude of different ethnic cultures. Really, you'll get some, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be anywhere near. Listen, in California we have
Like,
basically
you mean like in England itself?
Yeah.
Like, Northern England's food is drastically different than South England.
It'll be a little different, but it's not gonna be as drastically different as say if you go to like California barbecue and you go to like Texas barbecue.
Right.
Like those are fucking so different. Right. It's insane.
Or if you have red gumbo versus fucking brown gumbo.
Yeah, it's like it's so different. Yeah. But at the same time, it's because in America when we kind of came about, we were a melting pot. After a while anyway, we became a melting pot of like all these different cultures and ethnicities and all this shit. And most other countries, they didn't really start as that. They had they had a base level of what they had, and then that's what they grew upon. And in here, we just weren't like that. So, don't get me wrong. That's not a blanket statement for everywhere, but that's generally how it is. Because I've been to a bunch of other countries where it's just like they have different foods and stuff, but like if you go to different countries and they serve like American food, it's like
weird.
It's fucking weird as shit. But it's the same thing as like if you go to like if you had a guy from China come over here and have like Chinese food, it's like fucking way different.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like General Tso's chicken and shit like that, and like orange chicken.
Like Panda Express or
What is
whatever.
this nonsense? Yeah, it's like we Americanized that shit.
Okay.
Like we exchanged cultures through our food.
Yeah. I think was the biggest one they always fought about San Francisco clam chowder versus Boston clam chowder.
Yeah,
New
that's
England.
different.
Yeah.
New England. Yeah.
So I guess
Anyway, go back to this question.
Yeah.
What do you think about like what do we classify as soul food, and does it? We answered the second part of your question already.
Yeah. I think
That-
If
yes,
it gives
depends.
you diabetes, so
Damn.
I think a general term for soul food is comfort food in a way.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it's like comfort food. So,
But then it's weird though because it's only comfort food depending on who you are.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It sort of branches off deeper into comfort food. So a person's soul food is sort of, depending on where they grew up at, which is the second part of the question. Stuff they just, it's got a lot of nostalgia to it in terms of like your family and where it's kind of like when all the family would get together, cook up a bunch of stuff, and you would just on like a Sunday or during a holiday. Not would say a
Well,
holiday.
let me make a distinction though, because this can be very confusing for somebody outside of the U.S. Because when we say, well, let me just say, listen, all soul food in America comes from the South, and when I say the South, it comes from like the south of the Mason-Dixon line, and like no further west than like I would probably say Texas.
Texas,
Yeah, that's where you got to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, all soul food comes from that region.
Yeah.
So you go from Texas to Florida, and probably south of what?
Texas,
like Tennessee?
Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky,
It's a
sort of run.
Mason-Dixon line, right? Yeah.
You get a little wishy-washy depending on where it is and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But it's just, and a lot of it's like food to that region of the United States. Like soul food might be in like Maryland, you're gonna have some crabs.
Oh, you fucked up though. See, Maryland is not in the South.
Maryland's below the Mason-Dixon line.
Am I fucking up?
Yes.
I'm thinking of Maine.
Maine's way.
Maine's
farther.
way.
I was thinking of Maine too. And I was like, yeah, it is.
Fuck?
Yeah, but like Virginia, Maryland, that they right in the Chesapeake Bay, a lot of crabs. You go down further south by Louisiana, it's a lot of Gulf food, red snapper, shrimp, gumbo, okra. So a lot of it is regionalized. And then I think the soul aspect of it is, I think African American culture putting it their sort of spin on it in terms of, and I don't know if that is historically correct.
I think,
but I think it is.
I think generally speaking, it's how when we say comfort food, it's how historically we fed ourselves with like very little money in making food for like a lot of people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I think that's generally, and like there's like definitely different styles, but I think that's generally what it comes down to. It's almost like mutton or something like that for like England. You know what I mean? Like mutton is not like the best, but it's not
I've
great.
had it in Skyrim.
Or like a pot pie or some shit. You know what I mean?
Pot pies are good.
Yeah, pot pies are good, but it's just like it's not the best thing.
Yeah, well,
but it's comforting to that region. You know what I mean?
What was that thing? The Scottish egg that he had us talking about.
You talking about?
Is that Scottish comfort food? Dirty
I don't know. So, what I was learning from a professor, they're talking about how back in my day, in the slave days, they're talking about how the people that lived in the house, they took the good parts of the pig, and then what was left over they gave to the slaves, like the pig intestines and whatnot. They turned into chitlins, things like pig feet and whatnot. They would eat that, which was not considered like good eats, but then the slaves turned that into food to feed like all the workers. So that in turn, I guess historically was about how soul food kind of started.
Yeah, I mean, with me, I just think of food like after like church on a Sunday when all the family was just there and you were just eating just to feed the family and masses and stuff like that, where everyone's just celebrating everybody from all different parts of out of town and stuff, and you're just all there at one place. It doesn't have to be Thanksgiving or Christmas, but it's just a random Sunday in June, or even if you're at like a family reunion and stuff, and whatever everyone's cooking. It's not really like a potluck where you're bringing it. A lot of it, for the most part, is like you're in the kitchen, you're cooking it. Whether it's like green beans, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, chicken, all kinds of stuff that like just brings people together, and they can just sort of just eat and just socialize and just reminisce.
You know what's crazy is that years ago, you guys remember, well, you weren't here for this, but when I first moved back to America, we would do this thing called ethnic food night at my house, and it would be like at least once a year, and it'd be like, because all of our friends were like different ethnicities, so we'd all have like this ethnic food night where everybody would bring like their shit. It was all like comfort food from like their different like background. Those are the fucking. I need to bring that shit back because we had some really fucking good food.
I would gain like 10 pounds that night. Yeah. Just there was so much crazy. There were some people who brought like double what they're supposed to bring one dish. They showed up with like 5 dishes.
I remember when Grace. I didn't even know Grace knew how to fucking cook.
Oh yeah, she brought lupia. Oh my god. Oh my god, because it was a huge fucking tray. I was like, oh my. I was Garfield in that shit, just shoveling it up.
Remember when Grace would bring that fucking large ass goddamn pizza, and she would never tell anybody where she got it from.
And she said she got it close, but she just wouldn't say where, because it was literally like a
New York style.
Yeah, it was like 3 feet. It was like 3 feet. It was 3 feet across.
3 feet. It was fucking huge.
There should have been no way she got the pizza in her car. Like, it's physically
impossible. It had to go in the trunk. It had to go in the trunk. Easy.
I think it was fucking huge.
How did she even get through the door with that pizza? Like, you couldn't walk through the doorway with the pivot. You had to like shit coming through the garage or some shit. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was fucking good times.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Thinking about that.
Tell us some of your Scottish soul food and stuff out.
Your comfort
it's probably
food.
something different. It's probably don't call it soul food. They probably call it. I don't know what the term would be, but
I don't know.
Yeah, let us know what you guys eat in Scotland.
Scotland.
The staples of your diet. Something that reminds you of Scotland. Because that's basically what
reminds you of cold weather and rain and cloudy ass skies,
and how the diabetes took your big mama's foot,
and bagpipes and kilts.
Actually, for
haggis,
listen,
haggis. I don't even know what haggis is.
Actually, I would like this for all of our international listeners. if you email us at BTI, let
At
us know
gmail.com.
what at gmail.com. Yeah, sorry. Let us know what is the thing that comforts you as a food from your country.
And provide the recipe too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Send us a
Let
photo
us
of it.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that way we can review it
Like,
and
what the
look
fuck
at
is
it
that?
and tell us what it tastes like and all kinds of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm real interested in that.
Yeah, let us know why
That'd
you
be
like it.
awesome.
Why it reminds you of your home and
Yeah,
shit like that.
especially you guys out in Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I didn't know about Brazilian steakhouses and shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, Toast
Man.
Maria's, god damn.
So good.
My mom's been to that Epidus.
Espadis?
Yeah, but I haven't even been
Asbestos?
there.
I fucking love
I'm
that
so
place.
mad.
Let's go.
I want to
What the
go.
fuck? Let's go. We got
Yeah.
we go there, have some.
Isn't that in San Mateo?
What's that place? The
Yeah.
fucking drink they have.
The
Start
one with the
C?
rum, right?
Shit.
The cool.
Yeah, God, it's so good.
Not
Yeah.
that kombucha. What's fucking?
No. It
it's
starts
good
with
as
C. It's
hell.
good.
Yeah,
I've had it
it's C.
before.
What'd you just say?
Caipirinha.
Yeah.
Caipirinhas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, those things are so fucking good. Yeah, Espadis is fucking. It's close, man.
Yeah, we
gotta
need to
go.
do that.
But there's two of them. There's one in the city and one in San Mateo, right?
You have the one in San Mateo.
Yeah, San
it's close,
Mateo.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to go for that fucking San Francisco madness.
Not trying to step
Walk
in
over
shit.
human,
Even
human
though
feces.
I was just there a couple weeks ago for the coffee
thing?
festival.
Yeah.
That shit was good.
Dude, you guys remember the movie Soul Food?
Yeah.
With,
With,
I remember it. Yeah.
For some reason,
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought Whitney Houston was in it, but she is not in it. It's,
No, she's not. It's,
Vivica A. Fox and
damn.
God, it's right in fucking front of me.
Oh, Vanessa Williams is in
Yeah.
it. Oh, I think Nia Long is in that shit.
Yeah, Nia
too.
Long's in it too. But I just was just thinking that one scene where Vanessa Williams' character or her husband cheats on her with her cousin, and they're in the
thought it
room
was her
fucking, and she
sister.
walks in. Nah, there was
Oh.
a cousin or something there's somebody that Big Mama adopted and named her Destiny or some shit like that. But just that scene when I was a kid, oh man. I was like,
it's all
I'll go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah. That's the movie you keep referencing because they took Big Mama's leg on that right before Thanksgiving.
Well, it's funny because that happened to me in real life. My actual Big Mama, I think most black folks have a Big Mama. And
Everyone's got Big Mama.
my Big Mama lost her foot to diabetes, and they had to cut it off.
Damn.
I was sad too. I remember going to hospital and everything and seeing it.
That's all, man.
She got gangrene.
She's
Damn.
still fine as fuck.
She
God
is.
damn.
Isn't she 60-something years old?
I don't care.
At least she didn't go crazy like.
Oh, she gained a little bit of weight, but she still looks good though.
Yeah, she still look good.
Fine.
She was
Yeah.
fine back then,
Oh,
too.
she looks
Yeah, it's still...
Nah, it's probably just a horrible picture of her.
Yeah, possibly.
They can't all be gems.
That's her at 50. So yeah, she looks good.
Do you see Selma Hayek?
Yeah, she's 51 or something.
Saw her during
Oh, yeah, saw in
SCCC.
July.
Yeah,
I could have touched her.
that's right. Yeah,
big.
she's in what's the name?
She's fucking tiny.
She's in Eternals.
Yeah. Yeah, she's fucking hot too, but she's in her 50s. Dude, Holly Berry still got it fucking going on. She posted on a picture on her Instagram.
Oh, yeah,
of
she
her
got a
abs.
six-pack.
Damn, but if you follow her on Instagram, she's always constantly working out on there. So she worked hard for that body. Even though the government came and took her baby.
What the hell? What was that?
It was was it New Jack City or something?
Yeah, sure.
It was a movie where Holly Berry plays a crackhead and the government comes and take her baby. And she talks about it and it's fucking funny and they always make fun of that scene.
Damn, that's all bad. So we should maybe briefly talk about the Golden Eggplants because they're coming up. It's award season almost, and we're a little lax. I mean, we've talked about a few things that I think, especially a lot of gaming. Talked a lot of some games that should be on there, especially ones that I think we all enjoy, like Borderlands, and not everyone's played Death Stranding. I think me and Cronus are the only two that have been playing it.
Well, yeah, and Blue watched it.
Yeah, he felt like he played it.
I felt like I played it. Damn, I was I waited like a crackhead waiting for the guy to post up a new episode because he did it every fucking day. So I was able to watch it all the way through. But only reason why I watched the first one was just because I want to see how the intro goes, something like that. Well, after watching the intro, I was fucking hooked.
Yeah, you get engaged.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, playing the game, he gets engaged. I mean, I remember the first time I got on the bike. I was like, holy shit, I have a fucking bike. And then when it tells you that you can rev the bike and then just go and you just take off fucking boosting. I was like, holy shit, these deliveries are going to get better.
I remember
Guess
the time
what? Nope.
Oh yeah, I remember the first time I got jacked by BT, and I was just like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
what the fuck? I basically got jacked by Cthulhu. I was just like, there's no way I can beat these things ever.
Yeah, same thing here. I was like, what the? What I tried to do, is I tried to use the bike and ride in between them,
No.
and that did not
That
work
does
at
not work.
all.
Yeah.
I learned that the hard fucking way.
It doesn't work with a truck. Doesn't work with a bike. It
does work on foot?
Yeah, it doesn't work on anything.
I mean, actually, no. If you think about it, on foot, you can kind of outrun them because you shake them off, and you can make it to the edge of their, like, I guess, muddy existence. And once you get past that, they dissipate.
Now, have you R. Kelly'd them?
No, I have not.
So,
I heard that you can piss on them.
Yeah, so if they, when the BTs come up to start grabbing you, if you like run out of their like field and just turn around and start peeing, you'll destroy them. Like they won't just fade away, but they'll like poof away and they'll turn into Cairo crystals.
So do you get
to the eggplant?
Oh wait, hold on. Do you get a trophy? That's all I need to know. Do you get a trophy for pissing on a BT?
I don't know,
Fuck, I'm gonna have to do that shit fucking tonight.
but it's fucking funny when you do because you just whip it out and sneak.
Anyway, so there's some anime on here. I guess there's new, but I don't know who's watching all the new anime from 2019.
I am. I mean,
So there's a few that you guys kept talking about the most. I mean, we all watch Cannon Busters.
Yes.
So we should. So do we want people to, I guess, hit us up with categories that you guys want us to add potentially to Golden Eggplants? Obviously, you're familiar with some of the previous ones, like Rant of the Year. What's it called?
We got best memes.
Well, and this year, I'll do my best to actually release the audio because, like, 2 years ago, I released the audio of like the best rants and the best episodes, but I didn't do it last year.
Yeah.
So, I saw that was probably detrimental to that to that category because everyone's like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?" But this time, I'll find the shit and I'll post it out again.
So we'll try to post the links, I guess, as soon as we can. But if you're out there listening, just think of some categories you want us to cover and put up there for you guys to vote on.
I mean, we have some of the old ones. I believe there should be on our current website, benhudproductions.com/BTHANBTIs, BTHANBTI. The previous winner should be on there, except for 2015, because I don't think I posted 2015. That's if it carried over. If not, we'll try to update it so you can see the past winners in the past categories. We merged one category into one. We're probably gonna have the Axe one this year,
but it'll come back next year, though.
Yeah, we're missing the S-Class interviews because we didn't really do any this year. But there's some other ones. I guess we can briefly talk about. I mean, like, what shows were we watching that we really thought stood out this year?
Mr. Robot.
For returning shows, yes.
Returning.
The Boys.
The Boys is new.
Boys we knew coming. I mean, Game of Thrones finished up.
So that's a returning. Yeah. Some of the new stuff, like we talked about the Umbrella Academy. We reviewed a few episodes on here.
Yeah.
And the second season's coming. It came out this year. It came out early this year.
Yeah, that can go on there.
Sex Education. I know Cronus talked a lot about that. I think you were watching that. Dead to Me. He talked about that as well.
I think you should be on there. The Netflix show where the
guy. Oh yeah. I guess season 2 is coming out like soon.
Yeah, soon. I think it comes out in March.
December? Yeah.
Actually, no. I think it comes out in December.
So this year, Lost in Space hasn't been out yet, but it's out in December. So I don't know if it'll might make it
2 years ago.
Yeah, it came out 2 years, but it's going to be out in December of this year, like early. Obviously, Watchmen, because we're all like watching that now. That's a nice new one. Cloak and Dagger, even though it got canceled because we briefly talked about it, it had a really good second season. That one came back.
I know what's getting a raw eggplant. Fucking Batwoman.
Damn.
Did Teen Titans come out this year? Or Titans?
Titans, I think
last year.
I don't remember. Oh, Titans got Rotten Eggplant last year. So season 2, neither of us watched. So that's not on there. Some of the memes. We have the new category, which is the memes. Area 51. That was a good one for because that started in the spring. Yeah. And kept going into the actual date. The SpongeBob one, which is still popular.
SpongeBob has so many.
I'm gonna head out. That one's one of the more popular ones.
And then we got the lady yelling at the cat.
The lady yelling at the cat. That one exploded. I mean, that one's been around for a minute, but a resurgence came out pretty good. Some Let's say game of the year. I think this one might be tough. There's been some pretty good games this year that I think we're all playing. Most of us, yes, no. I mean, we had.
But we'll figure all that. I mean, we'll figure all that out. I guess in our chat group and come out with some categories, and then we'll put it out there for people to vote on and stuff.
Well,
over the
we'll
next
post
couple.
the awards, but I mean, they can if they get something in there that we can put together. But it's getting close to the end. We're getting close to the end of 2019, which is not the Oathbreakers year.
I know last year we had the awards in January.
Yeah, because we
We had a
waited
good
for
turnout too. It's a good number of people voted.
Well, there's a bunch of stuff coming out in December. Like I said, Lost in Space returns in December. We have the Rise of Skywalker coming out. I think there's one more big show or whatnot. Oh, Runaways is coming back. That could make it on here or whatnot. Could be shit. Never know.
Then we have movies and stuff too.
Yeah, actually, what movies really stood out? I mean, there's Endgame.
One that we waited 10 years for. Yeah,
Endgame. John Wick 3. What else really
Well, we'll talk about it in the chat. We're not going to discuss it on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm just throwing those out for now. Well, I mean, we haven't finalized anything, but these are some stuff that we're gonna be posting out to you guys when we do our annual Golden Eggplant Awards.
Yeah,
it's gonna be so good.
All right, let's wrap it up. All right, Stitch, what you got going on?
Let me think. I went to the zoo. I actually next week I'm gonna go into detail on my zoo review list or whatever. Checked out the San Francisco and the Oakland Zoo.
Did you go to the top of the Oakland Zoo?
Yeah, it's really
nice
really
up
good,
there.
really good. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I'll cover that next week and stuff like that. I'll talk about what I liked about the Oakland Zoo, and I've been to San Francisco Zoo a couple times, but the Oakland one was really surprisingly awesome. So I would highly recommend you guys check that out, and maybe I'll try to make the Sacramento Zoo. Try to trip out there or something one of these days. Other than that, Lila's putting together baby shower stuff, so I've been helping her with that.
We got the invitation, or Chris came back to today.
Yeah, was doing the wax seal thing. I always bring that out when it's official. I need to send something out. So, and also, I am in love with that fucking peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah,
oh my god! I bought a solid ice cube tray where I get the big ass blocks of ice cube or whatever.
Yeah.
And I got 2 of those, so I've always got one in rotation going. And
I got
that's
6er.
so good, so freaking good. And it's just, and I'm gonna have to get some Chambord or whatever for the raspberry liqueur and try it and put maybe a little bit of it to get a peanut butter jelly kind of thing.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine how good that's gonna taste.
I had some and I made some the other night. It was a good bad idea because man, I got fucking drunk.
Oh, yeah.
I passed out on my fucking
Chambord
couch.
is good.
It's like an old man.
Yeah, like old fucking. And my glasses is still sitting in my hand.
Yeah, I'm just rotating or whatever. I'm just
Yeah.
it feels so classy.
This feels like a nice feeling of drunk.
Yeah, but yeah, it's cool because if you go into Screwball's website, they have recipes or cocktail recipes, and they have a peanut butter and jelly old fashioned.
Okay.
And so that's what I tried making. So you pretty much take the peanut butter whiskey, added some bourbon or rye to it, and some bitters, and it's fucking delicious.
What's it called? The professor, his distributor that he works for, they actually work with that company.
Oh shit, really?
So I was like, dude, hook it up. I was like, you just give me a bottle every couple weeks because it's gonna take me a while because I just need a shot and a half and I'm good or whatever for the entire fucking night. But I've been drinking that and just been enjoying that. So yeah. Old Ninja, what you got?
I'm going to Cancun tomorrow night.
He's supposed to go last, goddammit. But it's all good.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
It was that silence.
Fuck it.
I
Yeah,
had
it was
to
not
jump
bad. Right when you said it, I fucked up. I fucked up.
But yeah, I'm going to Cancun tomorrow night. I'll be spending the weekend in
The fuck you doing?
I'm going to a wedding.
Oh.
So I'll be
Cancun, goddamn.
going to a wedding in Cancun. Going to be on some white sand and blue seawater.
You better be knocking up some Mexican bitches out there.
Well, as long as they don't get
Damn,
snatched
cover your
up.
mouth.
If they don't get snatched up by the cartel, it should be okay.
Yeah, for real.
Why you with the cartel? Get that fucking pussy. Hey, let them know. Hey, you might die tomorrow by the cartel.
As long as you stay in Cancun proper, you should be all right.
It should be all right, but you never know. But yeah, that's my plan is to be in Cancun on the beach, sipping tropical drink.
Hold on, old Dave's like, he's the only single guy on this fucking podcast. We gotta live vicariously through you.
Yeah.
That's a fucking sad day.
That's a big L.
I better see a
Sitting on
picture
a
of you
beach
snorting cocaine
lonely.
on some chick's abs.
Yeah, exactly.
Right off her butt crack.
It's gonna be off the titties.
Yeah.
No bucket. No.
That'll be a
dingleberries.
crazy, freaky Friday if like all of us just swapped fucking personalities.
Oh,
Like we just
yeah.
woke up and I was just like, I'm fucking Prodigy. What the
You have a bad.
You guys have my life be like, how the fuck did this guy's job? I thought you was.
You just walk in. All of you are fired. Fired. And then walk
It'd be
out.
like that Homer Simpson meme where I just take like a beer and I just pour it on the keyboard and just
pretty
walk
much,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Be all bad.
That'd be a fucking funny movie.
Blue, what you got?
Shit, what am I doing this weekend? I have a photo shoot this weekend. Just doing more house repair stuff or prep stuff. Last week, I went to Monterey Bay with the in-laws, and that was kind of fun. Like my brother-in-law brought his son, and like the baby mama's kind of weird. So it was fun, but it was kind of awkward too. But I don't know. It was I had a good time. But let's see, what else am I fucking doing? I know I'm doing something on Sunday.
We're doing on Saturday.
I'm doing a photo shoot, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, so I can't help out in the shed.
I might be around. I gotta double check it and make sure.
Yeah, I think that's it. Fuck.
I didn't saw off my finger or anything. Everything went good.
Maybe I try to buy Death Stranding and play it.
It's good, man. It's real good. So last weekend, thank you, Stitch, for coming out, helping us out with the shed. We have the vast majority of the ceiling done.
We got some lights.
Yeah, we got lights in there. We got 4 lights now. The ceiling would have been totally done, but my fucking drill ran out of batteries, and the battery overheated, so I couldn't charge it. So I bought a fucking air drill that won't run out of power. So yeah.
Oh, that runs off the compressor.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I might buy another one too. So other than that, I think that's about it. I mean, I'm happy I beat Death Stranding. I'll probably buy Star Wars next and play that shit.
Oh my god, it's so good.
All right, take us out of here on Ninja.
All right, you
Maybe
just
I'll borrow your Death Stranding.
What's up?
I said maybe I'll borrow your
No,
Death Stranding.
I'm still play it for a
I
little
know.
bit. Yeah.
Still got more packages to deliver.
Yeah, I do.
You just experienced Black and Black times Infinity.
Infinity.
Check us out on the internet with @BthanBTI. That's BTHANBTI. You can check us out on Spotify now, Radio Republic, Player FM, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, and then you can check us out on Amazon. We have an app on there. Download it. It'll let you know when we go live. You check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and what am I missing? We're not on whatever, but there you go.
We everywhere.
It's exactly in the time. All right, we're good.